Go back to Scars from the Playground. Dogface says 50 Cent destroyed Big Meech. You know what I mean? I don't even know Dogface. He looks something like a pit bull, so I'm thinking that's why they call him that. But he might have a point on Big Meech. Let's just be on the same point I've been trying to make. Let's get into the content, bro. Drop it in the comments. Shout out Dogface.
Big Meech ain't got nothing coming, bro. He through. And he should be through. What do we expect from a motherfucker who made a living selling dope? Let's just keep it gangster, bro. What is he entitled to? He wasn't selling dope to white people. He was selling dope to. So this is a prime example of looking up to the wrong people. Have turned him to a folklore hero as like he was robbing from the rich and giving to the poor. I was super critical of Big Meech, right? And I'm super critical of his stupid, stanky, musty ass son. Because, listen, his son is a reflection of just how, listen, they say that the sins of the father, it visits upon. Little Meech, little rat ass, right? Everything about that is flawed. And I know motherfuckers keep on trying to put the little nigga on Detroit, but then they wasn't born in Detroit, wasn't raised in Detroit. He ain't got nothing about Detroit in that. Nothing. Simple as that. So I don't know what motherfuckers expected from Big Meech. You look at T. Southwest T was just as important as Meech. And Southwest T, dare I say, I've been critical of him too, but Southwest T was way more of a real than Big Meech was. What in his right mind put up a billboard talking about the world is mine who sell dope? What nigga is you retarded or is you stupid, nigga? Which one is it? You hear me? So I thought it was a bad decision outside of the series. It was a bad decision. 50 Cent, he already told the story that 50 Cent was blowing up when Big Meech was, when BMF was in full stride. 50 Cent said I avoided that shit because why in the if I'm a millionaire, why would I be running behind selling dope? Why would I do that? You hear me? So 50 Cent never had no respect for Meech to begin with. 50 Cent was playing games with the. He got into bed with the Tammy Conwins. Why? Knowing her full situation, knowing that she was a cooperating witness, knowing that she was a DA informant, he still got in bed with her because at the end of the day, it's about that bread, about that money, about that series. Why is Big Meech, why don't he got no money right now? Where the fuck Tammy Conwins at? You sold your life rights. Your son made millions of dollars. Why are you out there living in Floyd Mayweather's spot? Why are you out there up? The club that he just opened up down there, the 24K, listen, bro, let me tell you history of that. It's a Starving Marvin's. Starving Marvin's was one of the top strip clubs in the city of Detroit. I don't know if he Chaldean and Arab, but that was the guy who went from Detroit down to Miami, bought the club, and formed a partnership with 50 Cent. That was I think he's Chaldean. I think he's Chaldean, right?
Yeah.
All that Big Meech looked out for, right? They ain't did a thing. This came out of nowhere, went, bought the club, struck a partnership, which is not really a partnership, because how can you have a partnership with somebody who doesn't have anything equal to blend with you, right? He's hoping that Big Meech's name will carry the actual brand of that 24K, which is not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen, but he's hoping it. But all the who Big Meech did something for from coast to coast. Ain't none of the niggas came down there and bought no club, put that bread down, hating the system on thing. It took a Chaldean from Detroit to go to Miami and buy a club and form a fake partnership and put Meech inside of that club so that he can generate some money. He did because Starving Marvin, a millionaire, right? So it was nothing for him to go out there and buy that club. I don't give a fuck how much it costs. Everybody in Detroit know who Starving Marvin is, right? They know who he is. They know he land like that. But it wasn't no nigga who did it. It wasn't one of these who grew up, who was sucking Big Meech's dick and going out there kissing his ring finger. It wasn't none of them niggas that did shit. They may have gave him a couple of thousand, but nobody put him in a position to actually earn a living for himself except the Chaldean from Detroit. Come on now. Come on now. Where all them at from coast to coast? Where they go? Where they at? It took a Chaldean with a business mind to go down there and open up a business and put it, okay, we'll let you do your thing down here. I'm not gonna stay down here with you, but you do your thing. I'm gonna put you in place, I'm gonna open the club, I'm gonna remodel that motherfucker, and there you go, OG.
Oh, so
there
they,
you go.
So they got him back in the game.
Yeah, he got the club, the 24K down there.
Gotcha.
That is a combination of Starving Marvin with the bread and Big Meech's name supposed to make that club go. I don't know how successful it's gonna be.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? But it is what it is. But the whole point of the matter is, where's all them who was dick sucking, cock eating, gobbling, basically trying to Diddy monster that? Where the at?
And I was finna say, I mean, bro, it's rare that we see a kingpin get out of jail. So when you see one get out of jail and you
Yeah.
don't see it just seems like he has no motion and it's just
Horrible
weird.
decision. So the reason why, horrible decision making, right? So people say, well, damn, that's Big Meech. Big Meech, he doesn't have to subscribe or prescribe to 50 Cent and Rick Ross beef. You're the stupidest in the world. The first time Big Meech's mama ever had a Mercedes-Benz is when 50 Cent bought it for her about 3-4 years ago.
Damn.
Right? She's still living in the same house she was living in when it was getting all that money. Now, sometimes our parents can be stubborn and don't want to move. With all the action you got going, you were supposed to force that. You hear me? But you weren't concerned with that. You was concerned with trying to let everybody know, hey, I sell dope. Like that shit was legal. This nigga was running around, this nigga had a sign, I sell dope, right? And listen, you ain't even there's no investigation required. He telling the whole world I sell dope, so we know he's not the sharpest tool in the shed. But my overall point is that he came home, and I don't know if he thought he was bigger than the program, but the program ain't based on dope. The program is based on money, power, influence. You don't have the money no more, so therefore you don't have the power, because your money came out of the power. All the goofy, dumbass, following ass, cock-sucking ass, glizzy goblin ass, it was about the money. That's what got you the power. They wasn't following you because you was a charismatic ass. You ain't Martin Luther King. You wasn't Malcolm X. We now know you was a bumbling ass idiot who just had a dope plug. You aspired to be the biggest drug dealer in the history of the world during a time when he from Detroit. You grew up watching all them dope best friends, YBI, White Boy Rick, Maserati Rick, Demetrius Holloway. You grew up watching all these fall. Right? Listen, when you start forgetting that this openly advertised that he sold dope on everything. Didn't mind doing it. So what did you think he was going, if it wasn't for drug trafficking, what do you think he was going to come home and do? Don't forget that when BMF got indicted, the one thing that is missing, they didn't have no major forfeiture hearings. What does that mean? 10, 15 years? And there was no major forfeiture. Name a drug crew of that magnitude who don't own no buildings, no salons, no liquor stores, no car dealerships. He made the strip club in them rappers ain't doing it in Atlanta. Them Tootie but fruity ass didn't do it. It was the Detroit went out there and turned that goddamn strip club scene up, right? You don't own one strip club. So during the indictment, there was no, go look it up, there's no major forfeiture hearing. They ain't take 100 houses, 25 pieces of property from New York to LA.
Didn't they take the White House?
What the was that?
The house that T owned in LA.
That's T.
Okay.
It's a difference between T, even right now to this day.
Oh, the White House was in Atlanta? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was in Atlanta. But it's a difference between, listen, Southwest T and Big Meech, they're brothers, but they're two totally different people, right? T has always been pro-Detroit. Big Meech wasn't running with no Detroit. He was running with niggas from LA, from St. Louis, from Memphis, from Atlanta, niggas from Miami. T whole squad, his old personal squad was Detroit. He never turned his back on Detroit, if that matters.
But see, okay, then why, okay, then I blame y'all for not holding him as high as it. We never hear nothing about T. I don't know. I'm saying just in the general public, when y'all speak about BMF, we never hear about T. Just to be honest.
Everybody know why? Because, listen,
people glorify the wrong things for the wrong reasons, man. He sold drugs. He pushed poison to his own community. He's no hero. He's no street legend, you know what I mean? He didn't do nothing outside of the box. In fact, just like Dogface say, we gotta be honest, we gotta be real. Big Meech was a fucking idiot. A fucking idiot. The world is mine. Yeah, putting a target on your bike, you know what I mean? That ain't never good for nobody. Which ultimately, Southwest T got him caught up, but had that not happened, he would have got caught up eventually. They're only gonna let you get so far. They're gonna let you get so much money on before they take you down, fam. It's a book the size of Texas on your ass and you don't even know it. You just think you're getting away with it. The world is mine, BMF. Once you put up a billboard, my nigga, like, you put a target on your eye. The loudest nigga in the room is the weakest nigga in the room. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Frank Lucas taught a nigga that. But look here, bro. I don't know Dogface from a can of paint. But as far as saying 50 Cent destroyed Big Meech, I don't think that, bro. Look, once you acquired a big amount of money, a obscene amount of money, you can do it again. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Now, you got to get to the drawing boards and see how you're going to do it again. But one can never say you can never make that again. It doesn't have to be dope. What people don't know is a nigga can sell salt to a slug, fam. Once you can sell dope, that just show you how to push and sell anything, fam. Fam just got to know how to pedal, push and pedal other goods. That's all it is, bro. Give Big Meech a little time. But I think, you know what I mean, it ain't nothing about glorifying. It's just, you gotta understand, at a time, black people didn't really have access to any money. So either you were gonna sell drugs or you gonna dribble out that motherfucker. That's why we salute Meech. It ain't nothing, oh, he's so dope to poison. Somebody was gonna sell it, nigga. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real, fool. You can't say the nigga that did it didn't do nothing. He doesn't deserve any credit. What about all the people he looked out for with the dope money? I know it don't please everybody, but I'm not gonna say what the fuck you wanna hear go against Meech just cause y'all wanted to. Now, the son, Lil Meech, potentially a fuck nigga, but this ain't about Lil Meech. Yeah, this ain't about Lil Meech. He's an actor, fam. This is about Meech. This is about Meech, man. BMF. I'm fucking with him. You know what I mean? There's nothing you can say about Big Meech. Why? Nigga done already did a whole bunch of shit that a nigga did respect, whether it's for false reasons or not. I'm gonna just be honest with you. But yeah, he pushed poison to the community. But it is what it is. Like I said, somebody had to do it. The government was gonna put it out there some type of way. Drop it in the comments. I'm just being honest. I'm just being real. Shout out Dogface, cause he ain't wrong, but he ain't all the way right. What nigga is? Drop it in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, nigga. Hype my shit up, nigga. Peace.
If they throw it, I'ma catch it to play the game like Tetris. I'm one of a kind rap, people tell me I'm equipped. I've been working 24 hours, summertime to winter. I ain't really at the chill, it gotta be about business.
NLE Choppa drags OG Tree and Ben 10. He said they ran down on him in Houston, or attempted to, but they were spooked. They ain't about that shit they be talking about. Let's get into the content, fam.
For one, I don't do no type of police action. I don't get on here talking my name or nothing with nothing, nigga. And for two, hey, you seen them undercover cowboy ass hats them niggas had on. The nigga pull up like he a fucking old Western sitting in the middle of a parking lot. But nigga with a, man, come on, man. You on all these cameras doing all this with the police, and then you wait till you pull out a little baby toy and say, it could go down. It could go down. Hey, bro. Man, nigga know you a bitch, man. Hey, I don't even gotta do this. Hey, man, just don't say three names and nothing, baby. I ain't got nothing to do with nothing, fam. It's good, man. This nigga brought his police ass shit.
Be where you at, nigga. I'm on everything I love, bro. What type of gangster pull up on a man, say they gonna do something to a man, and pull out their phone? On everything I love, bro. Baby ARP in hand, man. I just asked these folks, what you wanna do? Why y'all keep staring at me? I'm sitting here, right in the drive, parking lot, right there, tell them nigga what they wanna do. Man, them niggas shaking, man. 3, you shaking. Ben, shaking. Y'all niggas ain't do shit, man. Listen, then right after that, cause I hop in the car, I'm like, man, what y'all wanna do? Y'all don't wanna do nothing. Nigga pull off in the whip, now niggas wanna pull their phone out, man. I had 2 niggas on the front line that would've laid y'all down. Come on, man. If you gonna post something, post that, bro. Listen, bro, go pull the surveillance camera footage up. I was just standing there, wide in the middle, butt booty naked, flat foot in the motherfucking parking lot. You niggas ain't do shit to me, bro. Y'all drove, I drove off. I was hanging out the window with that, yeah, screaming, do something. What happened then? You pulled out a phone, bro. I'm not finna kill. Man, listen, I'm on straight self-defense, man. I'm not. Cub, what happened, Mike?
Shit, them niggas
nothing. What happened?
Nothing. Them niggas was nothing.
What they do?
Nothing. They filmed. They filmed.
What they do? Hey. What the? Time out. Did I not have ARP in my hand? Was I not flat foot, butt booty naked? Did I not walk to the car and go grab my shit, then ask them what they want to do?
On my life.
On everything, didn't it?
On everything on my kids.
Nigga, on my kids too. Man, listen. All 3 of my kids can drop right now if I did not just ask them.
They gun and scared to touch
They didn't, bro, come on. Y'all always thinking I'm the one that's the hoe, man. Come on.
Y'all know I don't really talk too much. I be chilling, bro. But, man, where you at, man? I'll meet up with you. You capping with a brother name, like, I'll meet up with you. You know, I'll do something with all y'all, you know what I'm saying? One-on-one, all together, I'll do something from the shoulders. I don't need no stick pin. Niggas be talking gang and shit. We could do something from the shoulder. Let's see what nigga at, bro. I don't know what this shit is. I don't give a fuck what turn me and my brothers no more, nigga. Hey, nigga ain't gonna play with them, though. Like, shit, we could do something from the shoulder, nigga. On guard, nigga. Or we could take it to your end, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you wanna do, baby boy. All that fucking Instagram playing, man. I better start playing across that net, boy. That shit get niggas. Nothing. Y'all know what it is, though, bitch. I told you I'd do something from the shoulders with the whole clique and myself, nigga. Just let me know what a nigga wanna do.
Nigga got too much beef.
Just let a
Going to jail, bro.
Just let a nigga know. We do something from the shoulder, nigga. If y'all wanna take it to we do that, yeah. The shoulder, I'm him. Chillax. 10 shades and eyes for him. It's him. I play with my people, so I don't like that shit. So I've been quiet a long time, man.
Man say he had that yeah on him and he was ready to do something. They seen it in their eyes that they didn't want to fuck with him. I think they were just there to spook and intimidate him, you know what I mean? But it didn't work. Look, everybody ain't going for it, fam. It don't matter who the fuck you are or who you think you are, fam. It's always somebody tougher. I want everybody to know that. And this ain't me picking NLE Choppa over NBA YoungBoy, none of that. Real niggas don't even have to pick. Them niggas are just musicians to me, fam. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Your niggas take it too far. Y'all take it way too far. I'm going to tell everybody out there right now. The battle isn't between NLE Choppa and Ben 10 and OG Tree and all that. It might be now because some shit done popped off like and made them look like cowards on the internet. But let's just be honest, fam. The battle is between him and NBA YoungBoy. As a man, as a man, fighting your own battles is a requirement. It is a requirement, fam. Your crew, your entourage, man, it is about you. As a man, you still gotta prove to yourself that you got it in you. 19 letters of NBA Young, man, if you are responsible for the hats, that's your bodies. Like, if they came from your hand. Other than that, man, you still ain't got no heart until you actually fucking show it, bro. And if you want to live the gangster life, it don't matter who shit. You know what? Take me to jail after this. That's the attitude you're supposed to have. Why? If your respect means everything to you, you know what I mean? If your balls are all you got, your cojones, nigga, let them drop. Yeah, just be honest. Let's just be real. Drop it in the comments. And I don't want to see neither one of these people fighting because they ain't fighting about nothing. All this shit is bullshit. Each party thinks that they are tougher than the other. And one is just trying to be a demon slayer. Drop it in the comments, man. So I got to understand them. And just being honest, just being real. Drop it in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, hype my shit up, nigga. Peace.
If they throw it, I'ma catch it to play the game like Tetris. I'm one of a kind rap, people tell me I'm a clip. I've been working 24 hours, summertime to winter. I ain't really at the chill, it gotta be about business.
Welcome back to Scars from the Playground. Queso Daddy, Abdul, I believe his name, Abdul Robinson. I want to say Muhammad, but that don't sound right. But look, Abdul responds to Lil Boosie calling him a snitch. Let's get into the content, fam. Drop it in the comments.
Boosie had a lot to say. I guess he wanted to write you and tell you let them do their job, and you had a car shop. He gave you flowers. You know, he really liked that. Blue really liked that. When you seen the Boosie situation, how'd you react to that?
Number one, I don't even know that nigga. That's number one.
He said he knows of you.
He knows of me.
Through, I guess, his cousin.
Yeah.
You had a car shop?
Yeah. His cousin had a car at my shop.
They got burnt down?
Yeah. And man, that nigga scared of Charleston White, man. What the fuck I'm thinking? I ain't worrying about no motherfucking Boosie, man.
I love this guy.
What the fuck I'm worrying about Boosie, man? My favorite rapper, Trick Daddy. That would have hurt my fucking feelings if Trick Daddy would have said something. Boosie, he get on here talking about I'm like that, I'm this, that, I'm stepping and all this here, and I'm stepping this here, and I do this here, and I do that there. What the fuck is that? That's goddamn telling in a sense. You just ain't got me locked up, but now you done tarnished me in front of the jury. If I did want to go to trial, if you really motherfucking cared, why you didn't try to help Queso? Why you didn't try to get no lawyers? You ain't did nothing, but he got to say what his consumers want to say. He got to say that. That's what that makes it sound good, you know? I done been in Louisiana with his DJ, that big nigga who always be walking around with a bodyguard. I guess he is bodyguard. A couple more dudes. I'm talking about, I've been there with myself, seen this with my own eyes at the breakfast bar, and they couldn't even pay for their own breakfast. Damn. I seen this with my own eyes.
Boosie's people.
Boosie people. They couldn't even pay for their own motherfucking breakfast. Ain't nobody told me this or none of that. I seen that. And, you know, I respect what Boosie say because of his situation, and he stood up in his situation. But Boosie had the right support to walk. He had, see, your lawyers can, you need motherfuckers in the street to move too for you on cases like this. And he had that. He had his lawyers, they handling the courtroom. But you got your people out here that's handling it like what they need to handle it. And he had, I think that's his cousin, he dude is a preacher now or something like that. Donkey or something. He had him walk the fucking little kid that he had killing all these motherfucking people out here. What, that boy was 12, 13 years old? If he didn't, he got off on the murder charge, they should have hit him for fucking child endangerment.
Let me ask you this, because we definitely got to have a part two. This is just a lot to touch. Do you fear for your life?
Hell no.
Really?
For what?
I mean, a lot of people are upset that you put Queso in prison and
them keyboard gangsters, man. Fear for my life. Man, that ain't the first time that my life's supposed to be in danger. I've been doing this shit all my life.
I'm not gonna lie, fam. He kind of right about Lil Boosie. We all know it. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real, bro. Everything that they say in rap songs, when it turns out to be true, that's snitching, fam. That's the same as snitching. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. That nigga put them people on Marlo Mike. If they wasn't on him already, let's just be honest, fam. This is how all your big gangsters stay free. Yeah, this is how they all stay free, bro. Somebody else gonna take the charges. That's facts, bro. Drop it in the comments. The man said if he snitched on Queso, nigga, you snitched on Marlo. Drop it in the comments, dog. They was all finna do it 100 years. Look, I know a lot of people think that main daddy ratted him out, but you gotta understand, fam. Not only is it other kids at the house, but the main wasn't involved. They surprise attacked him and just thought he was supposed to be dying with it, you know what I mean? Bro, y'all gotta wake up. Unfortunately, the game don't work like that. Yeah, the game don't work like that. The streets don't love nobody, you know what I mean? When a nigga ain't gonna go as far as saying fuck the streets, like 21 Savage, then that's some AT alien type shit. But the streets don't love you, nigga, you know what I mean? Ain't no honor among thieves. The daddy wasn't even on all that type of shit. So yeah, the nigga sat in that bitch long enough. Let's just be honest. Motherfuckers say what they will and what they won't do until they really forced to have to choose, nigga. Either you gonna tell it and take that sandwich like a FBG butter, or you gonna stay solid, whatever that means to you, fam. But if you had nothing to do with the crime, you shouldn't do the time, fam. That's just being honest, just being real. I know a lot of people ain't gonna like that, but you gotta understand sometimes the truth hurts. Sometimes the truth hurts, fam. And this is one of them occasions. Drop it in the comments. Look, we're going into 2026. I'm just chilling right now. Yeah, I'm just chilling right now. Before I set this shit ablaze, like, share, subscribe, hype my shit up, nigga. Peace.
If they throw it, I'ma catch it to play the game like Tetris. I'm one of a kind rap, people tell me I'm a clip. I've been working 24 hours, summertime to winter. I ain't really at the chill, it gotta be about business.
Welcome back to Squads from the Playground. Charleston White say this will be his last Say Cheese TV interview ever. Sean Cotton is still his friend, but he will do no more, no más, future YouTube interviews. Drop it in the comments. He's a streamer now. Let's get into the content.
We talk, nigga, I'm trying to give you game. But your arrogance and my arrogance won't let you receive the game.
Right.
Nobody. I don't know who to trust. Because everybody I trust either talk about me, don't talk to me, and nigga, I helped everybody. So maybe this is what they say when it's lonely at the top. My mama said this is what God wants you to be, nigga. Because you trying to take everybody with you. You trying to help everybody. Nigga, my debit card, I lost my debit card the other day. When I got to the hotel, my phone was fucked up. Nigga, I went out, spilled some juice on my phone, couldn't unlock my phone to pay for my room. I couldn't think of one person to call, nigga, that I know. That I had never, hey, I ain't think of one person I called, say, man, can you pay for me a room? I told several people. Nigga, when them people hung up, they didn't say, man, let me see if I can pay for your room. Nigga, it made me look at the world different. Nigga, I done gave out all this money. But them hoes came, robbed. Yeah, no, nigga, I couldn't think of one person to call. So I'm saying, nigga, why help people who can't help you if you need help? And nigga, they ain't helping you be successful. When I look out to people who I call my friends, I see more of my family and my friends supporting that fake page that's scamming people. And I look at my real page, I don't see one like, one share, one nothing. But nigga, I see y'all like everybody else shit. Won't share nothing, but I don't take it personal. I use that as the motivation to say, I don't know nobody shit, nigga, because y'all didn't help me. And when I look at it, nigga, y'all are really waiting for me to fall, including the Say Cheese TV platform. Y'all waiting for me to fall. That's why every time I go negative, nigga, it's rushed to be shown. Aiden Ross won't never paint me in a negative light. He won't even let it, he'll clip it out, he'll edit it. Because he know he controls the narrative of the perspective of what his crowd see me as. I'm just so good on other platforms, homie. I can explain anything to make people understand. So I'm good. Y'all ain't helping me be good. Y'all paint me in a picture, nigga, for the world not to like me. I just beat y'all. The whole internet, I've beaten the internet because I haven't lost to it. Because while y'all are trying to get paid from it, I'm trying to understand it. What moves it? Why all of us are addicted to it? Why does it control the elements of the world? And is it really the mark of the beast? So nigga, I'm trying to understand some shit. And I use it to my advantage while I understand it. So I ain't on here you just bullshitting. Nigga, I'm trying to really, really understand this shit and become an internet genius. So, yeah, I need y'all to keep doing what y'all doing. The world watching.
This is a different Charleston we're getting today.
Yeah, it's real different. Because nigga, y'all hadn't made it to where I made it. I done made it past y'all. I'm bigger than Say Cheese TV, Vlad TV, The Breakfast Club, you name it, Akademiks. I'm bigger than all of that. Alone, I'm the most recognizable face and brand than y'all. Because who is Vlad TV? Won't nobody know. Charleston White, everybody knows. So this is what's different. I know I'm bigger because they told me. Y'all stuck on hip hop and rappers. I don't even talk to rappers. I can go to any city and put anybody on. I'm connected to any and everybody in the industry. I'm probably 2 phone calls away from the president. 1 phone call away from Kanye West. Nigga, what I'm saying is, I'm done with YouTube interviews. I done got too big for it. So yeah, that's what I'm saying, nigga. I done got beside myself. But I understand y'all don't recognize my value too. Now I know better. So you do better. I'm saying, I ain't said that nigga name. Why would I say bother him and I ain't talking about him?
You dissed his son.
I didn't diss his son. I was asked about his son. I didn't even hear about it when I was asked about it. Remember? I said, oh, he did? Where can I go find it at? I didn't know it was his son's anniversary or Meek Mills did that about his son. I was responding to a question that was asked about him and Meek Mills and Meek liking his son because those are the internet questions. So I responded to it. So I don't come on here and talk about nobody. I answer questions. See the difference? See the difference?
Not really, because y'all be on Aiden Stream talking about some bullshit.
No. I don't attack nobody on Aiden Stream. We do kid gay shit on Aiden Stream. So it's kind of gayish on Aiden Stream. Nobody's gonna die from that. But if you say something here about me, I'm gonna make sure me or you die. Because I'm gonna poke your buttons. I ain't got nobody dead in my family to be affected by. Nobody. And what I don't even watch what he say about me. I don't watch what nobody say about me. I just see the title. And based on the title, that says everything. I don't even look at the video. They watch my video. I don't watch nobody's video. But I got some people that fuck with me, gonna make sure the edit room never hear what goes on in an interview because they're pre-recorded. To keep the peace amongst the mindset, right? So I understand that. Nigga, what he mentioning me for? And I ain't talking about him. All the shit I got going on, but your arrogance and my arrogance won't let you receive the game.
No, I'll tell you, I'm not arrogant at all. Bro.
Sure you are.
I'm a student of the game.
Well, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Nigga, you're clickbaiting titles for views. You're not understanding the power of the title and thumbnail. I can show you how. Because when you look at Say Cheese TV title, it's a 3rd grade title. When you look at everybody else's title, it looks like a book title, a newspaper title.
That's why they don't do as many views as us.
Okay, fam.
I'm just letting you know.
Well,
but when you on your come up and it worked for you, it wasn't a
hold on. Say Cheese TV is not on the come up. It is a brand.
No. I said when you were on the come up and I did it for you and it worked, it wasn't a problem.
No. You didn't do it for me. You interviewed me and I got on here and became polarized.
Yeah, and I had to shut somebody up. I had to shut some.
You're missing what I'm saying. I'm saying your title hurts your people more than it helps anybody else. Any of them, whether that's me, Oschino, whoever sits here. Okay. Your title and thumbnail kills the viewership, the value of this is what I'm telling you, because we're not learning that aspect of it. This is what I'm telling you. You're trying to, I'm not putting you down. I'm saying, nigga, when you get to a certain level, Sean, and they say, hey man, we want to put a liquor brand deal on here. Let me just say this. Me and that nigga Aristotle, homie, do Say Cheese TV numbers because of the substance with a smaller channel. This what he and I noticed. We did an interview in the dark. Energizer put that money. That's a big sponsorship. A big sponsorship. You're not noticing the type of commercials that you bring for sponsorships. These same people will sponsor you outside of YouTube because you have a platform that brands people. Mm-hmm. But you don't understand that. You think,
I do. No, go ahead, but I do understand
So I'm saying, if you know that, then you would understand your titles and your thumbnails is the reason it's hurting our numbers now.
Bro, our last 5 interviews did over 1 million views.
They could do more, Sean.
Over 1 million.
They can do more. I'm watching the other people do more in 1 or 2 days with titles and thumbnails. That's what I've been telling, man, change it. I'm seeing that's how they getting us. But this is what y'all do. You'll never put me smiling, looking presentable. It's always a, Nigga, that matter. Listen, homie, listen. You laughing, nigga.
I'm not.
So, homie, listen, homie, you laughing. But, nigga, why do you think when they put out pictures on the news, it's always it's never, homie, listen. You don't understand, nigga. You
bro, because you could have called me and told me this.
I did. I have. I've been telling you for a year.
You could.
I ain't just telling you this. I told you that, nigga. I've been telling you this for a year. Take the time. So I quit saying it. I've been saying it for a year. Called you for a year. Not only you, everybody. I publicly say this to people. So let me publicly say it now. This is why I'm saying I've outgrown y'all. Y'all keep bringing me to YouTube. I'm saying, my nigga, I'm selling out shows everywhere I go. We done 2 shows in Dallas, nigga. We can do 4 now. I can go get Calamar White. I can get all these big names and Mac. We can do a Say Cheese TV tour. Me and DJ Akademiks talk about, nigga. Come on, my nigga. We done one before, and that's what I'm saying. Stop bringing me back to YouTube, nigga. Let's go to the stages. Say Cheese TV production. God damn it, nigga. Don't you know me and you on the stream? What that'll do? So I'm saying, no, nigga, I'm outgrowing y'all. Good money, yeah. Brand-wise, it's not good for the brand. It's not good for the brand. And I'm saying, nigga, why we all us over here? Okay, I'm outgrowing it. So it ain't nothing personal.
No, I get it.
You know, this ain't nothing personal. Nigga, I'm outgrowing this. I want a TV deal. This don't get you that. This keeps you here. That's why everybody here can't come off and sell merchandise.
I think you're gonna find that this will be a dumb decision, fam, a stupid decision. And I'm talking to Uncle Charlie on this one. Yeah, I got to talk to him. Because when I go missing for a couple of days, that nigga will start losing his fucking marbles and thinking it's all over and he has to change some things. Charleston White, Uncle Charlie, I'm talking to you. Yeah, I'm talking to you. It's a bad decision, and I'm going to tell you why, because a lot of people ain't going to tell you. They're going to say this, they're going to say that, but they're going to just go with it ultimately. But I'm going to tell you why this is a horrible decision. Why? Because even with me and you, we have a love and hate relationship. Means I love you, sometimes I love him. Sometimes I hate him. You know what I mean? It's just how it is with that nigga. That's his personality. But see, the interviews, we're not gonna call them YouTube interviews, we're gonna call them the platform that you're on, whatever it is. You're able to watch it on YouTube. That's the difference. The Say Cheese TV interview that you're on, fam, it gives the person a chance to like you again. Yeah, the person that has started hating you for far so long, fam, it gives the person a chance to like you again. Once that person has a chance to like you again, that's what ultimately decides if that next view is gonna be $1 million interview, $1 million stream interview or not. Everything ain't getting no numbers. Now you go over there with Terrence Gangsta Williams, it don't do shit. Yeah, it don't do shit. You go sit with all these other Tom, Dick, and Harris that we don't know. They don't do shit. When you sit there with Sean Cotton, y'all have built a relationship, and you know that because you know the man made you famous. I'm polarizing, bro. You are what they tell you you are. You know, you were allowed to start like that. But had a nigga gave you some rules from the beginning, you would have followed him. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. I think you will find your decision to stop doing YouTube platforms and just go streaming will only turn out the worse. You're the worst. Why? You're losing your realness. You're admitting it right there. Oh, we do a lot of zesty stuff over there. It's not even, it's like white boy humor. Yeah, but when you're old ass, you know what I mean? When the crowd, the chat, feels like your old ass should be doing something else, fam, you gonna face so much motherfucking ridicule. But you know what? Your decision is your decision, so ultimately, you will find this out. You gonna fuck around, find out. 2026, nigga. Yeah, I don't believe this is his last Say Cheese TV interview. I believe he will come back and tell Sean Cotton he made a mistake. Because that's exactly how Charleston White, Uncle Charlie, is. I'm just being honest. I'm just being real. Drop it in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, nigga. Peace. Hype my shit up, fam. Yeah, hype my shit up. Because there's nobody on this earth that's as real as I am. You know, I'm just being honest. Just being real. Drop it in the comments. Scores from the playground. Like, share, subscribe, nigga. Peace.
If they throw it, I'ma catch it to play the game like Tetris. I'm one of a kind rap, people tell me I'm a clip. I've been working 24 hours, summertime to winter. I ain't really at the chill, it gotta be about business.
Welcome back to Scars from the Playground. Tory Lanez bike. He's seeking a pardon and an appeal. This is his first interview from the California Correctional Institution, CCI, that he's currently housed in, bruh. He's dead 3 out of 10 years, 7 more to go, but he said he'll be out by New Year's. Let's get into the content.
Violence towards a woman. I would never hit a woman, let alone shoot a woman.
Lanez, whose real name is Daystar Peterson, spoke to NBC News from California Men's Colony, a prison where he's 3 years into a 10-year sentence after being found guilty on 3 felony counts, including assault with a semi-automatic firearm.
There is definitely a very big misconception about me that seems to the public as I'm this monster. And I feel like I was catapulted into this poster child for the unprotection of Black women. And it's just so unlike me. And I've never really had a chance to express that. But you can look at my criminal record. I don't have one. I never had one. And I feel like, you know, that connotation that I would do anything of this monstrous proportion is completely incorrect and it's wrong.
Lanez declined to testify during his 2022 trial. Do you regret not taking the stand?
I think if I would have taken the stand, the verdict would have definitely been very different.
The rapper's legal team filed an appeal, which was denied in November. But his team is continuing to fight, with plans to file multiple appeals next week, this time with the California Supreme Court, in one claiming newly discovered evidence that they weren't provided during Lanez's 2022 trial, including hundreds of pages of medical records for Megan Thee Stallion, whose real name is Megan Pete, which they allege raise questions about the fragments removed from her foot after surgery. His team argues that the fragments were not provided ahead of trial and that this was a violation of due process.
And we didn't have that chance. Or perhaps we could have questioned the doctors differently when they were on stand to impeach them, because it does look suspicious.
But in the appeal denied in November, the court did address the fragments, ruling that the surgeon's testimony was, quote, more than sufficient to prove great bodily injury on Pete. Proving something like this on appeal is tough.
This is a really, really difficult appellate argument for defendants to prove, because they have to show if the evidence actually came into court, the jury would have found differently. It's an uphill battle, and it's something that often torpedoes any defense appellate argument.
The Los Angeles District Attorney's Office and representatives for Megan Thee Stallion have not responded to NBC News' request for comment.
I believe not only that I was wrongfully convicted, but the amount of new evidence that has emerged since that trial, I think, has been overwhelming.
What has life been like in prison for the last couple of years?
Truthfully, I've done my best to keep my head above water, but mentally, I've gone through trauma that I sometimes even struggle with, because I never imagined myself dealing with things that I would have to deal with. I've been stabbed 17 times. Almost lost my life.
If you could say something to Megan Thee Stallion today, what would it be?
I think that I wouldn't say something directly to her. I would like that moment to happen in person. We've both gone through a lot. There's this connotation that, like, I share this hatred for her, but I don't. I genuinely passed that. I'm at a place of healing in my life. I'm at a place of taking accountability for the things that I did wrong. And when I talk about my case, I don't want it to be taken as me coming at her, because it's not that. I'm just asking for somebody in the system to look at my case and look at the evidence and ask if this was fair.
And with that, Chloe Molas joins us now on set. So, Chloe, Tory Lanez is also seeking a pardon from Governor Gavin Newsom.
That's right. His legal team has filed the necessary paperwork, and it is before the governor now. So they're seeking either a pardon where his criminal record will be wiped clean, he would be released from prison, or to have his sentence commuted, meaning that the time he has served is sufficient, and release him, but that doesn't change his criminal record. As for when this could happen, the governor typically does these twice a year, so this could happen before the new year.
All right. Chloe Molas first. Chloe, thank you.
I'm gonna just get straight into it. I hear everything they start talking about. Yeah, I hear him. You know what I mean? I hear him. Who shot Megan Thee Stallion? Yeah, who shot Megan Thee Stallion? This information, the reason I'm asking you, bro, because this information is the information that will set you free. Yeah, this is gonna set you free. All that other shit don't mean shit, bro. Yeah, all that other shit don't mean shit. You can get people to rally behind you, all this other shit, but until the truth comes out, bro, I don't see how you can move past this. You're accepting your truth. You're accepting what you did in the situation. Nigga, be honest then. Be honest. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Him not taking that stand kind of fucked him. You know what I mean? Made him look like he had something to hide. Maybe. Had he got up there and told them people who done it, what happened, he wouldn't be in this situation. 3 out of 10 years, man. He got 7 more to go. He's been stabbed 17 times. This is real life, bro. Yeah, this is real life. I gotta give it to him, though. They start still looking like itself. And that Peterson album was hard, you know what I mean? But I'm with Megan Thee Stallion on this one. Maybe y'all was all fucked up. Who shot Megan Thee Stallion, bro? That's all people want to hear, bro. It is all people want to hear. The doctors had already checked out the fragments. They said the fragments were, in fact, fragments and not glass. You know what I mean? So bullets were fired. Somebody shot the gun. If it was Kelsey, son, you have to say that. You know what I mean? You got to say that, or just do your 10, nigga. Yeah, walk that shit down. You want to be G'd up. I don't have a record. I don't have a record. That's because you was never caught for anything. You know what I mean? You were never caught for that. I think some people get it confused. Because you think, oh, I don't have a record, speaks for you. It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't. You know, let's be honest. Let's just be real. All type of shit go on behind the scenes that people would never find out about. Guess why? Because you don't have a record. You know what I mean? Look, drop it in the comments. I'm balling up the smallest little tissue for Daystar Peterson. Why? If you were innocent, you should have got up there and said you were innocent. Don't let the game play you, then say you were fucked over, you were railroaded. You had a chance, brother. Just being honest, man. I know people don't want to hear it, but I promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, so help me God. All I can do is be honest about this shit, man. Other than that, I rock with him. I like him. But that damn bit, then, you know what I mean, something happened, you know what I mean? Nigga want to know the truth. You inquire your mind, want to know the truth. And I'm not playing police, detective. The internet gonna do that shit for you, you know what I mean? But this is like some real shit going on. Bro, really trying to get out that bitch, but only the truth shall set you free. You know what I mean? Just being honest, just being real. Drop it in the comments, like, share, subscribe. Hype my shit up, nigga. Peace. Scars from the playground.
If they throw it, I'ma catch it to play the game like Tetris. I'm one of a kind rap, people tell me I'm a clip. I've been working 24 hours, summertime to winter. I ain't really at the chill, it gotta be about business.
Welcome back to Scars from the Playground. DJ Akademiks responds to Maino. He say he find it mighty, mighty funny that he's on the internet talking shit when he just had him driving a boat at the NBA YoungBoy Make America Slime Again concert. Let's get into the content, fam. Drop it in the comments.
Respond, is Maino got to the vehicle yet? Maino, you haven't got to the vehicle yet on 50? Yo, Maino, bro. Chat. Y'all have to remind Maino the next time he's going on a rant about me, and I'm going to hold y'all to it. I had the senior citizen Maino up in the YB concert
essentially, I had this. Hold on. Wait, let me go to mine. I had this nigga. Yo, I had Maino up in the YB concert, nigga. That nigga's name was Maino the Stallion, man. That nigga was driving the boat, man. We had a nigga driving the boat. Yo, shout out to Maino. That's my nigga. That's what I'm telling you. We can't beef, bro. If I had you driving the boat, we can't beef. We're friends now. Maino was up in the YB concert with me like, batty, shadow clock. I was like, hold on now, brother. I don't do that type of shit. But you could drive the boat. Don't touch the bottle. You know one of them ones when you pouring the liquor like 10 feet over their head and they're like this on some Chris Bosh? Yo, we had him on the Chris Bosh wave. Chris Bosh. Look, Chris Bosh celebration. Yeah. Yo. This was, yo, right here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, right here. Look. This was Maino the Stallion. Look. Right there. We make, come on. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Maino the Stallion, bruh. No way. It's my boy, though. And shot calling was playing. I'm driving 556, lift his chin up, flexing, bitch. Yo, yeah. We don't look like friends. We nodding together. Maino look like my big brother. Come on, Maino. Maino, we supposed to be friends. Maino, you was in the concert looking a little parched. Hand him a cup. Yo, that's, no matter what he's saying about me online, I just want to remind y'all, Maino was mad appreciative when we handed him a cup, bro. I had my sister with me. Yo, hold up now. Yo, Maino look parched. Give Maino a cup. Give him a cup. Oh, yeah. He said thank you. It's all good, man. It's all good.
Man called him Maino the Stallion. Look, I ain't gonna call him that shit. That shit sounds hella fucking weird, but Maino, Chano, let's just be honest, let's just be real. If 10 men came in a cup, you'd probably drink it, nigga. Let's just be honest, fam. Yeah, you out of line, fam. You out of fucking line. He even sipped out of a cup and passed it to you like a baby back bitch. Look, bro, Maino, chill out with the foolishness, bro. You got to chill out. Why? Because that's what's wrong with you niggas. You super tough ass niggas. Y'all try to choose. Y'all victims. Y'all prey on the weak. Where is that energy for 50 Cent? Inquiring minds want to know, fam. I don't even know what's really going on between you and 50, but 50 gonna buy the show from under y'all ass, bro. He gonna buy the building. Y'all feminine, bro. Y'all in deficit. You're on 50's radar, fam. Why ain't you treating them like you was treating DJ Akademiks? You know what I mean? Is it the money? You know what I mean? Just be honest. Just be real, fool. If it's the money and you're scared of the money and you don't want to challenge that, just say it. You know what I mean? But Maino, Chano, I'm sorry. You know what I mean? Shout out Troy Ave. Chano, you got to come with it, bro. You got showing it's proven. You got to make these people a believer. Because them or me ain't seeing it, fam. The character that you portrayed in the last few years, it's been in question. I'm just being honest with you, family. It's been in question. Nigga don't know what type of nigga you are. Once you start talking, you ruin the whole mystique behind yourself, fam. Let's be honest. Let's just be real. On top of that, you ran out of that Barclays Center, ran out of your shoes, and left your girl there. You know what I mean? And drop it in the comments, fam. You're looking like a coward. Why? You don't get no points for beefing with a DJ Akademiks, fam. I mean, there's no shot to DJ Akademiks. No shot, but he's not cut from that cloth. He doesn't claim to be a street guy, portray to be some type of street thug, gangster. Why are you beefing with him, my nigga, when you were just partying with him? Like he said, you just made you dry the fucking boat. You lifted your head back on some Chris bar shit and you drunk that man's liquor, you know what I mean? You drunk that man's liquor and you was up to the cup, you know what I mean? Come on, my nigga. You supposed to be a baller. You a baller, ain't you? You a baller, man. You supposed to be rolling with your own shit. That's rule number one, nigga. Thou should not take open a cup that's already been pulled up when you wasn't even looking from anybody, fam. You're too old for that shit. Drop it in the comments. DJ Akademiks, you got him. You got him with that one. I'm gonna be honest with you, fam. That's why I had to cover this story, because that one was like really, really hilarious, fam. Sometimes, most of the time for me, it's just about the laugh. If I can laugh at it, I'll cover it. You know what I mean? Shit. Look, drop it in the comments. Can't stay long. Got to go, Miss O. Like, share, subscribe. Hype my shit up. Look, I'm the future, fam. I know a lot of people wonder, like, the future of what? I'm the future of a few things. Right now, ain't for you to know or understand, but you will see and you will learn. Drop it in the comments, man. Scores from the playground. Like, share, subscribe, nigga. Peace.
If they throw it, I'ma catch it to play the game like Tetris. I'm one of a kind rap, people tell me I'm a clip. I've been working 24 hours, summertime to winter. I ain't really at the chill, it gotta be about business.
Welcome back to Scars from the Playground. Cameron defends the dealer. Yeah, drop it in the comments. Let's get into the content, fam.
What you want?
Yeah, we ain't got no. This, you got to keep it real up here, Chop.
I thought the city gonna say, bro, Cam, you know me. I'm gonna keep it real.
That's why you're here.
Yeah. You know, I won't lie to you, but I'll fly to you. I'm gonna say it like this here. When I did the Bad Boy deal, Ryan Leslie, he produced a Lil Daddy single for me, featuring Lil Wayne. Shout out to Wayne. And Cassie was with him. A whole relationship with him, you heard me? Next thing you know, like a month later, I seen from Cassie Lance kicking it and kissing and being on Ryan Leslie lap to now she a Bad Boy all on Diddy lap. You know, so, and then I done seen buku times them doing whatever they was doing, which is none of my business. But I will say this here, when I was in Vegas doing whatever I was doing in that life, I went to Floyd Mayweather Club. And I seen Cassie and her husband. I didn't know it was her husband at this point, you heard me, but it was her husband. And she like, City, come here, you know, because me and Cassie around the same age, you know. I was born in like 88, she was born in like 86 or something. And she basically was like, you know, I never did nothing. I never did nothing. I didn't deserve that. I'm drunk. She giving me buku champagne and buku liquor. I'm not knowing what she even talking about. I'm like, okay, while I'm drinking liquor. And she was like, I never did nothing to him. You know, he didn't have to do me that way. Next thing you know, a couple months later, she was suing him for $20 million.
Wow.
So I figured out right then and there what she meant by that. Yeah. So that's what I'm gonna say about that. I'm gonna say it like this here: people go through problems. That domestic situation, it's never right to hit a woman. You understand? But it's also never right to trigger a man. I'm not gonna say Cassie was an angel either. Cassie was doing triggering things. Cassie was out here trying to figure it out. You know, she was trying to get her way out from Diddy. Whether that was dealing with other dudes, other rapper dudes, and you know what I'm saying? She wasn't no angel. So that's why when this whole situation transpired, you heard me, I'm like, it was kind of like 50-50 to me. You know what I mean? It's 50-50 to me. Because she wasn't no angel and Diddy wasn't no angel. The only thing was he got caught on video whooping on that girl. The end. But you can't lay back there and say that, you know, men and women don't fight. They do. Period. So in my mind, regardless of what's happening to Diddy, I still think he got prosecuted for a domestic violence dispute and not actually for what they tried to, crucify him for. No matter how that sounds, that's 100. Period. That's how I feel, brother. You know what I mean?
Nah, that's what's up. I see.
What you think?
My opinion?
Yeah.
My opinion is this. You know more than me, and I don't know what Cassie did, but I think the way you laid it out is right. First of all, you can't hit women. That's just that. But from what all the stories I heard, and it sounds like you're way closer to the situation than I am.
All right.
Even the situation we seen, right?
From what I heard, I don't know. I'm talking about the tape. You left the hotel with all his clothes in the bag. I don't know if that's true or not, but he ran out in the towel and
trying to get his stuff.
Right. That's what I heard. So I'm sitting there saying, you don't gotta beat up for that, but like, yo, why you leaving with all my clothes? You get what I'm saying? It sound like right. So it sound like you just said, I don't think you can explain it better because outside of hitting the woman, you're gonna fight. That's just the way it go. And sometimes, and I'm not saying this is right, women like to get in your face. They be like this. They'll be like this.
I'm trying to tell
and you just gotta be like, okay.
I'm trying to tell you.
Okay, I'm not saying Cassie did that or deserved nothing. I'm just telling you women in general because the way you just explained it was on point. And like I said, you just can't say nothing about it. I seen a comedian that passed away, Patrice O'Neal, say it. And he's like, we're just in a fucked up point in life because women will be in your face and you can't even give them a little mush no more. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the truth. So I think a lot of women that know how to respect space even when you're arguing. Some people try to push men to the limit and hopefully men don't feed into it. But not saying that men don't push women to the limit as well. But I think the way
which means Cam, a lot of people over there saying, oh, he abused her, he did this, he did that. At any given time, Cassie could have walked away, no matter how that sounded.
No,
they both could have walked away. That's why I call it a 50-50 situation. Cassie won. You did. Cassie sued that man, then double back and testified on him. Ooh, she brutal.
It was, and listen,
she hated him.
And listen, not just Cassie. When you haven't seen old Doc, but it's a lot of niggas who's telling their stories who stuck around. And I'm like, what were y'all waiting on to leave? The fame, the money.
And Cam, not to cut you off, but the little dude Rod or whatever his name is, when I seen the clip of him saying, you heard me, he was kicking it with some females and woke up in the bedroom with Diddy in his butt felt so multiple times. I'm like, you like that?
Yeah, you
liked it.
You didn't leave. You stayed. We actually talked about that on the last show. And we talked about this on the last show. We like, yo, you woke up sore. The fuck you stay for? I don't get it. You 100% right. Because not only that, you know when it like, okay, cool. It shouldn't have even got to that, right? But
okay,
what the fuck? First of all, you wake up sore. You not swinging on everybody. They man down. We ain't locking the door.
I'm going in the kitchen.
It's going off the top. What you mean? What you mean? But me and Suge was talking about it before the show with my nigga Church. Before it got to that, Puff showed him a gay sex tape talking about this for motivation purposes, nigga.
Poking him again.
Yeah, yo, my nigga, it wouldn't have been no again. That would have been the end of it. I'm not coming back. What you show me another man fucking another man talking about? We gotta get this album in this groove right here. What groove is this?
And still ain't get paid.
Yeah. Still ain't get the $29,000 that he was offered for that. So
come on now.
Yeah, so I think you explained.
It doesn't surprise me that Choppa and Cameron are defending the dealer. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real, bro. They all cut from the same cloth. They're cool with Diddy, bro. Rico. When Cameron played Rico at the end, when Rico snitched on everybody, saying, I ain't gonna give you nobody from Harlem, no, because I'm going back to Harlem. I'm gonna still be the main. That's Diddy, family. Yeah, that's Diddy. Diddy is still gonna be the main in Harlem when he gets out. That's what people know and understand. But I'm gonna tell you this, bro. They got a point about the niggas. All the niggas that were involved with Diddy are complicit and complacent. And you can't trust them because they are compromised. As far as the women, you could say what you want to about Cassie. Yeah, you could say what you want to. She was trying to get this, she was trying to get that. Look, man, they were in a relationship and they were on drugs. On top of that, he had her mind full. He fucked her mind. That's what you don't understand. That's like real pimp shit. He fucked her mind. He was up here with it, bruh. Yeah, he was up there with it. He was pushing P with her. It's nothing she could have done. Unfortunately. Why? Another thing they don't talk about is the demonic music industry, entertainment industry is demonic, bro. They're putting spells on people. They doing all type of shit. So when you think you yourself, you're under mind control, MK Ultra and all type of other shit. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Look, I could drag this story on forever, but there's more things at play. And when you see these people come out and they're protecting the dealer, you have to know what's really going on. They're protecting the secrets in the industry. They don't want it to change, but what they don't understand is it's 2020. We might as well say 2026, bro. This year over. 2026. People ain't for the fuck shit, the fuckery. You know what I mean? Choppa, they laid in the dollar short. On top of that, he had his own sex crimes, fam. He was doing the same thing as the dealer, fam. He walked in on a dealer numerous occasions doing what he called weird shit. It burnt up his eyes or some old shit, bro. Yeah, it couldn't have burnt you up too much, because after that, the man gave you special treatment, paid for your videos, gave you a budget. You kept that information for years, bro. And when Diddy get out, you're still gonna be cool with him. You know what I mean? Nigga don't know what you done with Diddy, bro. Inquiring minds wanna know, did you suck him off? You know what I mean? Did you actually eat a cock meat sandwich, Chopper? And as far as Cameron, bro, they say you was hanging with him too. Bro, everybody from New York was hanging with Diddy. Even his enemy, 50 Cent, that was his brother, fam. They went so many places together and hung out so many times. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real, bro. They're just trying to distance themselves at this point. You know what I mean? They're still a friend. They are friends. You don't know the industry, bro. These people are playing on your top. Like Charleston White say, bro. You gotta know they all playing on your top, fam. That's just what this is. It's not real. You know what I mean? Like Lil Durk said, shout out Smirk Hill. This shit is not real. You know what I mean? Drop it in the comments. Scars from the Playground, like, share, subscribe. These niggas are clowns. Yeah, these niggas are straight fucking clowns. All of them. That's why nobody is safe on this platform. Nobody is out of reach. Can't be discussed. None of that, nigga. If you do something, I'm on your ass. No Diddy, no dealer. You know what I mean? Real shit. Drop it in the comments. Scars from the Playground, like, share, subscribe, nigga. Peace.
If they throw it, I'ma catch it to play the game like Tetris. I'm one of a kind rap, people tell me I'm equipped. I've been working 24 hours, summertime to winter. I ain't really at the chill, it gotta be about business.
Welcome back to Scars from the Playground. Charleston White say he might have done his last Say Cheese interview. Look, he's dragging Sean Cotton. Why? For being complicit and complacent and stagnant. Let's get into the content, bro. Drop it in the comments. Scars from the Playground.
Be my last interview with him. Cause I'm gonna tell him this to his face. You messy. You gotta be like Antoine Daniels and the other people who, you got a problem with Charleston, let's not do that here. That's why your number's going down. Every comeback to dancer, block you. Come back to dancer, man, block. Get your ass out of here. That's a weaker channel. That number's down in the mother. Go back to dancer. Some more hoe. Cause you want me to see a hoe and go back to him? I'm bigger than everybody. Why don't you f Cam Capone? He too little. He too little. I'm a big dog. No, a small ass motherfucking channel like that. He can't afford me. How can I sue their ass? You can't, nigga. Cause you're asking to. If you really wanted to sue, you would have already tried. You wouldn't be asking how to. You would know how to. I don't help people scam. I help people win legitimate. And if you don't help, I don't think you can win legitimate. Ask, how can I win? You can't. Vlad TV, Vlad too small. Vlad numbers ain't big enough for me. Yeah, I got me hanging around. Man, she'll be here tomorrow. She started to be a bull channel anyway. Yeah, it started to be a real bull channel. Cause I be looking at the title and I be saying, man, either they stupid over there, why everything Charleston White goes off? Oh, they turn to yellow. Duh. The turnaround. Duh, the title. So I notice people who put positive titles, toxicated, it's the Charleston White goes off, puts it down there. Charleston White breaks down. Man, you and Woody start y'all own channel. Block. Woody ain't that big to start no channel. That's why he ain't doing nothing. Get your mother out of there. Breakfast Club. Block. I want to be on a Breakfast Club. Adam 22. Hey, block. You sit down, no punk ass white boy with a bunch of gangbangers around him. I'm with Aiden Ross and make more than him with Aiden Ross. Well, you know, I'm starting to say, homie, it's just the number, woo, 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 woo. You treat me like I ain't your best. Okay. You see how them dancers looking over there without me? And without me, say Cheese TV numbers don't look so good. And I've been holding it back. But you ain't finna keep treating me like this. You ain't finna keep treating me like this. Yo, I'm waiting on some new camera people. Or you might not just need to stop interviewing Charleston White. Cause don't look like you appreciate Charleston White and what he do for your channel. Charleston White appreciates you. When you call, he stop what he doing and jump. You hard to get in contact with now. And I think you setting up a beef for me and Philly, for somebody to die. I really think that. You got a history of it. You got a history of it, Sean. Mode 3, you ain't learned from Mode 3, Trap Boy Freddy, and Yellow Bees. You ain't learned. That's why your channel not growing. You're stagnant, your numbers. You was trying to do something extra. Now you just throwing out anything. Your audio up. Your audio up at Barstool Sports. Get the f out of here. B-Talk Sports. Get out of here. Your audio up. You ain't got no new mic. You just stagnant. That ain't how businesses grow. I'm growing. I'm actually growing past TV just used me for views. Aiden Ross, brand partnership, build up together. Sean just make $100,000, but could make 3 times as more in different entities on YouTube. He's still using negative titles. He's still using clickbait titles. Funny look, man, listen. I've been on big platforms this season. Because those platforms are big and they know what they're doing with professional people, those numbers he get in a month, they get in a week. But he's stuck back then. But he's my little homie. He ain't my little homie. He's my partner. My partner and my business associate. Because we ain't business partner. We business associate. He paid me, I provide a service. But if he was sharp, man, as much as I be around the country, and people ask him about me, he's supposed to be streaming with me like Aiden. Do you know what that would have done for the streaming world? I would just sit back and wait for him. I wouldn't go, cause you know, like, man, they got to figure it out. And when you say something, they are, we're going to start. Man, let me back up. Everybody who I done talked to, it's been a whole year now. We're going to start streaming. Ain't one of them streamed yet. They still over there with Charleston White content. Say, homie, you doing 1 million views right here on YouTube. Why don't you BMI and ass cap it and put it in the podcast world? Why we still over here, homie? Why we ain't over here with Acme, man? Joe Rogan, them. We doing the numbers for the Yungstar, man. So I'm not growing everybody. So this may be my last TV interview. This may be Charleston White's farewell because I'm looking at it saying, man, you're outgrowing it. And then when you go sit down with them, look how they clueless to what you're talking about. It's everything is no substance. He ain't displaying you in the best light. They don't promote your comedy shows. What's your next? None of that. It's all about pitting you against whatever celebrity's coming up. For the viewership. They're not even focusing on the engagements. Well, what's the engagement? Man, come on. So I'm outgrowing who I started with, and who put me on. They still doing the same thing. I'm just busting it down, man. Man, mama say when your season change, your tune change. When you know better, you do better. I've been doing this shit long enough to know now. Say TV, Dallas over all those YouTube influencers is the thing of the past. Streamers are it now. YouTubers are the thing of the past. Even social media influencers. Because you just have a social media page. What are you influencing? Now Charleston White is a social media influencer. Vlad TV, just a YouTuber. Stacey TV, just a YouTuber. Why you don't think you don't see Breakfast Club, $1 Million Worth Game, Joe Rogan, all these people on YouTube? They're not YouTube. They're journalists and podcasters and media platforms. Those are YouTube platforms. They don't have media credentials. See what I'm saying? The YouTube platform. So once you start understanding things, you don't come back to high school, nigga, you in college. I keep saying, hey, y'all, this is what I'm learning. I'm breaking it down what I'm learning. And I see y'all really ain't listening. Leave this motherfucker and his team. He could quadruple the content that he has. He don't have to replay it. Just submit it into the airways, buddy. And let people who don't have time to come to YouTube catch it on Spotify, Pandora, and the airways. Come on, guys. That's what Act doing. Same with the jewelers. Tagging your jeweler. I'm telling my jeweler, I'm walking around with your jewelry on. I'm tagging Katie Custom Jewelry. Don't nobody know, you know what I mean? Everybody know. Everybody know you in your city. Everybody know you in your city. But you got wearing your jewelry around the world. Why wouldn't you do what Johnny Dang do? Johnny Dang faces every goddamn where he is wearing jewelry. He's branding his likeness and his image. You lazy. Tag you for what? Don't nobody know you. Y'all don't get nothing away. Johnny is capping, marketing is everywhere, Johnny Dang. Everywhere they know Johnny Dang's face. Name another jeweler face y'all know.
Look, I don't think Charleston White is just bullshitting. I don't think he's just bullshitting. You have to use everything as a way to get to the next level. Stepping stones. You could say he owes Sean Cotton this, he owes Sean that. Look, they made money together. Like you say, man, that man has been making money off of bringing him to that platform. You lose numbers when it's not. You know what I mean? It's always Charleston White goes off. Charleston did this, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to hear that shit. It's the way you tell the story, the way you narrate it, that makes people not want to hear it. I got to be honest with you, bro. Them Say Cheese TV interviews with Charleston White are the best, bro. Yeah, they are the best interviews. We can lie, but we got to keep it real, bro. They got something there. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'm gonna say that again. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. No Charleston White interview hits the same like as a Say Cheese TV interview. Drop it in the comments, bro. I've been watching Charleston White for years. 4 years. When he over there with Terrence Gangster Williams, ain't the same. When he over there with Blase and any old Tom, Dick, and Harry, it ain't the same, man. When he's on Say Cheese TV interviews, something about that camera and that lighting and Sean Cotton asking the questions, it works. You know what I mean? Just being honest, just being real. Drop it in the comments. I can't stay long, got to go Miss Ho. They trying to shut me down. So for the next 3 months, you know, I ain't gonna be talking about like all that old crazy shit. I got to refrain from seeing the craziest of the craziest shit for 3 months. Every 3-4 months, I'm always got a community strike. This is how it goes, you know what I mean? Who cares? I'm guerrilla grinding and I'm guerrilla podcasting. Means camera come out everywhere I go. Look, I could do this with a big backdrop, nice room area, whatever. You know what I mean? I could, yeah. Go look at the content, over 6,000 videos. The proof is in the pudding, but guess what? I choose to do it like this. Why? I'm the original man. I need nothing. I need nothing to create my art. You really see it, man? Honestly. Drop it in the comments, like, share, subscribe. Can't stay long, got to go in this hole. Make sure you hype the shit up. I always say that few people hype it up and see, get at me. See how you can donate to the platform. If you have Cash App, Wall Street Magic. Wall Street, spell it out. Wall Street Magic. MADJICK. You know what I mean? Wall Street Magic. Send your donations there if you have 2 pockets and they are overfilled. You know, it's just playing, but yeah, I'm kind of serious. Drop it in the comments, Scars from the Playground, like, share, subscribe, nigga, peace.
If they throw it, I'ma catch it to play the game like Tetris. I'm one of a kind rap, people tell me I'm a clip. I've been working 24 hours, summertime to winter. I ain't really at the chill, it gotta be about business.
Welcome back to Scars from the Playground. 4 Extra speaks on nearly losing his hand in a fireworks accident. Look, he say he's from Mount Vernon. They can't kill him. He's not going anywhere just yet. Let's get into the content, fam. This really is a moving story. Drop it in the comments.
I'd rather just go what God got planned for me before I give up. It ain't never been in my blood. It never been and it never will. It never will, bro. This right here, I want the world to see. This ain't gonna never break me.
Yeah, you're too strong to be working, man. That's
and I don't even supposed to be taking this off. I ain't supposed to take it off. But I want the whole world to see. Everybody that supported me is to never break me. The doctor that did this, he saved my hand, saved my finger, half of my thumb, and my hand, my knuckles. Can nothing ever stop me. I can't take the rest of this off because I got metal pins all in it. It's metal pins all in it. You can see the skin. All this is metal pins, all through this. They got staples all in it, staped together. They ain't gonna never break me. I'm from Vernon Avenue. Before I give up, I'ma die. Wear sorry photos. I'm from Vernon Avenue till I die. God kept me here for a reason.
Facts.
And that just to over all these busters and running up on them. And that's what I'm gonna keep doing. I'm gonna keep living lavish.
Nothing's gonna stop you, man.
Ain't nothing gonna stop me, bro.
You know, you survived that for a reason, man. Like you said, it could have been worse. You know, you could have lost your life. You could have lost your sight. You know, by the grace of God.
I don't even supposed to take this off. I'll take this shit off. I'm supposed to. The doctor said I'll take it off, but I gotta go to the hospital tomorrow anyway, because they gotta switch it and clean it. So I'll just tell them I took it off.
So at what point did you kind of find out, you know, the situation with the surgery? Did they tell you straight away? You woke up a few more times before they actually told you, okay, this is actually what you're dealing with?
So later on that day, the next day, he told me about the surgery the next day. The doctor came in there. And when he came in there, he had told me that your surgery went better than you thought. And I could hear a little bit better than the day before when it happened. I could see, but the lights couldn't be on. Like, I couldn't see, but if you come close to me, I could see you. Like, if you far, like if you from here to there, I couldn't see you, you'll be blurry.
Yeah.
But if you come face to face to me like this, I could see you. Like, I could, you know, you like to stop, you know? You come into vision.
And he was telling me, and my family's right there, that it went better than he thought. He told me that he saved my hand. He saved a couple of my fingers. And he all thought they was gonna cut my hand off. And I looked over and he had an X right here with a marker. And he said they didn't know if they was gonna chop my hand off because there was so much damage to my hand. He didn't know if he could save it or not. But he said he'd been through a lot of surgeries and he'd been in surgery for over 30-some years. And I thank him. I thank him. I got his personal cell phone number. I call him. When he's not at work, I text him. I thank him because anybody around this world that understand, that have been through something in their life, bro, you have to thank a person, bro. And not just in the moment, in the future, later on down the path. Because some people wouldn't be alive or get in places in life without people, you know what I'm talking about, doctors and stuff. I understand, bro.
For sure.
And he was telling me that it's just one of his best jobs he did. And I was just thinking in my head, I was looking at him, like I was getting teared up because in my head, if it wasn't the best job that he did to me he saved me.
Yeah.
And he saved my hand. And for him to put it together, to me later on looking at that picture that I seen on Instagram, on the net, I wouldn't think he wouldn't even say my arm. I wouldn't even think I'd be right here telling the story.
Shout out to 4Extra. I know a lot of people say, well, he was talking shit the day that accident happened. That has nothing to do, one has nothing to do with the other. Yeah, this was a freak accident, fam, and it could have happened to anybody. Look, shout out 4Extra because he's taking it very well, and it could have ended very badly, bro. Yeah, bro, gotta thank the gods because they were with him. Yeah, thank your angels because they were with you, fam. Change your life. Yeah, change your life. And he wasn't too bad anyway. What you gotta understand is, bro, most of the time you see these people on the internet and you think that they're terrorizing the neighborhood. They even had a little whole thing where big homie CC say 4Extra couldn't survive in Chicago. Look, bro, it's all persona, personality, character. Look, bro, it's just building on the internet. He was just building a buzz, bro. He's just another personality. Not saying it makes him less real in real life, but he was giving you 4Extra, you know what I mean? Yeah, the nigga got a real name. That's what people don't understand, folks. He ain't just 4Extra. He the nigga that his mama named him, you know what I mean? That's his name, you know what I mean? 4Extra is a nickname. He's just been extra on the internet, bro. Look, my heart goes out to you, bro. Yeah, my heart goes out to you. It's easy to laugh at a person, kick a person while they dying, but look, man, like I said, it could have been a lot worse. Couldn't see shit. Yeah, couldn't see shit from afar. You had to get all the way up in his face. Luckily, his vision came all the way back, man. That shit could have killed him. You know, let's just be honest. Let's just be real, fool. I got to salute. Look, I got to salute Cuz. Yeah, I got to salute Cuz. The best thing about me not banging on colors is, bro, I got love for all of you. You know what I mean? Family, bloods, friends, Cuz. You know what I mean? I lost a best friend that was Cuz. You know what I mean? 4Extra Cuz. I can say what I want to say, bro. And I want to say, salute you, Cuz. You know what I mean? Real shit. You know what I mean? Because the story is moving, bro, and to see this nigga so emotional and really showing emotions lets you know, bro, everybody is just human, bro. When you really grow up in the bricks, you see all these different characters and personalities, but you gotta remember, bro, not only do these people still bleed like you bleed, but they still have emotion. They still cry tears. They still laugh, you know what I mean? They still admire family. They still have morals and principles. You can't judge a book by its cover, family, which I don't understand. That's what they try to do to me. That's why they want to cancel me. But guess what? You can't, because I'm more intelligent than you may think. I'm way more intelligent than you may think. A lot of people say, oh, this nigga rolling like a motherfucker. Bro, 12-7, 7-12s, 7-12s. Only real men really understand understand what I say when I say that's what I'm doing. You know what I mean? 712s has nothing to do with content, man. Well, in a way, it has everything to do with content. In a way. But in a way, it has nothing to do with content. 712s, you know what I mean? If you can add, bro, you know I'm young and I'm getting it. You know what I mean? Real shit. I'm gonna fund that journey. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get that money. That money on. Look, drop it in the comments like, shout out 4Extra. Like I said, this story is very fucking moving. I ain't gonna say I lost a tear for him, but it definitely tapped the old ticker. You know what I mean? It definitely tapped the old ticker, bro. I'm just being honest, just being real. Drop it in the comments. Cards on the playground. Like, share, subscribe. Hype my shit up, nigga. Peace.
If they throw it, I'ma catch it to play the game like Tetris. I'm one of a kind rap. People tell me I'm a clip. I've been working 24 hours, summertime to winter. I ain't really at the chill, it gotta be about business.
Queso daddy denied snitching on him. You know what I mean? Look, they gave Queso the book. They didn't do that boy under the jail. A lot of people say his daddy is a snitch. I had to hear the story for myself, fam. I think that's what a lot of people got to do. Hear the story for yourself and make your judgment. You know what I mean? But I've made mine. Let's get into the content, fam. Drop it in the comments.
2020, you get a phone call from Queso, and he wants you to pick him up. No, 2020, I got a phone call from Crazy K. From Crazy K. Okay, my apologies. Take us through that day. What were you doing before you got the call? Ooh, boy, I'm gonna get in trouble for this shit again, boy. I spent the night at the hotel with this little chick, and I was at the hotel getting ready to check out. I was supposed to have been out of town, but I was doing a little thing. And the little chick, I had a, old lady, she had an old man. So I get the call, and I gotta get her back. I get the call. Crazy, he called me and said, "Hey man, I need you to go pick up Scotty. I'm finna drop you his location." He dropped the location. I look at it, and it so happened the location probably is close by me. Anyway, I don't think it's no urgent because he didn't call it. Hey, I need to go 99999. So I ain't thinking nothing of it. I take the little chick all the way across town. Then I go back to pick up Scotty. When I get in the neighborhood, I see one police car. I pull to the location. I pull up in the yard, park in the yard. I call Scotty. I say, "Where you at, boy? I'm out here." He like, "I'm coming." He like, "I'm coming." Then one time I see the helicopter. It was like in a distance, but it did circle over that way real low. It was low enough for me to see the guy in the helicopter. So I said, "Well, nah, they ain't gonna call me for no bullshit anyway, So I wait about 10, 15 minutes in the yard, and they finally come out. When Scotty come out, Butter Dominique with him, but they got on pajamas. So I'm thinking they're a little chick house, and they, parents they came home, they hide, they gotta, get out. So they get in the car. They ain't come out the house running. They walk regular, get in the car. Now mind you, I'm in my car. A orange Challenger, loud orange as fuck. They get in, we pull off. They don't get in and tell me, hit it. We get off, we get on Arlington Expressway, and they go to telling me what happened. Tell me that they got this, they had the old white lady in the house, made her lay down, lay on the couch, all kind of shit. I'm like, oh my fucking God. They tell me about, what Scotty tell me about what happened. And now I'm like, fuck. In my mind, I'm like, I need to get these motherfuckers out my car. But I'm not thinking like a really regular citizen pull over, put their ass out or nothing like that because of who called me. Crazy K called me. You know what I'm saying? I'm do whatever for him. He called me to go get him. I'm going to get him. So I go across town to Grand Park and I switch cars. Cause now I do know. I switch cars and I take them way out to my house. Take them out to my house, they change clothes, they give me the clothes, and I leave. And that's my dealing with them for that day. That's my dealing for them. And people may think because I done that, I was in it, you know, but that ain't true because, not to me, because if give me the opportunity to say, I want to be a part of this, I don't want to be a part of this, you know, and I can't sit here and tell you that I wouldn't have son of Uber, I wouldn't have fucking son of somebody to go get them besides me. My car on these doorbell rings, my phone ping in this lady driveway, my phone ping in this area, all this. So how am I gonna say that wasn't me? I wasn't there. How am I gonna do that? You know, with this new technology, this phone, they followed after they find out, they followed my phone everywhere I went. You know, once they go back in it, they gonna check that phone data. So what I'm gonna say, there was 100 charges out there, but there ain't 100 charges registered to Abdul Robinson. Ain't 100 phones registered to Abdul Robinson that's pinged in this lady yard. I'm pinged in this fucking lady driveway. They got doorbell rings on this goddamn, my tag. All kind of stuff. So how I'm gonna say what I'm supposed to say once Butter tell them that was me that came and picked them up. I never see Queso that day. I never see him that day. But the girl who went and picked him up, she testified. Ain't nobody talk about her. She testified that she went and picked him up. People acting like they didn't see. They took that same live with the same outfit. People act like they ain't seen none of this. They just act like I put this man in jail. I seen that it wasn't a way for him, me, or nobody to get out. So I got to play chess in this game here and get myself out of this to be in a position to help him later down the line. Because I still help him in whatever he need to be helped in. But I got to get in position. I can't do nothing. They know this, you know. Butter get caught that day, the same day. When they're in there fighting with the lady kicked Butter in the nuts. And she see 1993 tattoo on Butter arm. So, you know when you go to jail, they gonna take pictures of all your tattoos. So they put together everybody who's supposed to have a tattoo. She picked Butter out. She can't pick Scotty out though. But when the case come around and the trial come around, Scotty DNA, they done pissed in this lady's house. They done used the bathroom in this lady's house. They done drunk water in this lady's house. God. They done fucking Scotty DNA all over the fucking front of this lady's clothes. Now Butter telling them that I came and picked him and Scotty up. That's collaborating all this evidence. But everybody is missing all this. It's just that somebody snitched. Somebody this here. I snitched. I told, but Butter collaborated all this evidence. I got me and Queso got arrested the same day. I don't feel like I snitched. I told. It's a goddamn difference. You know? Yeah, I told. I got up on the stand. I told. I'm owning up to that. But they got to look at the whole.
I had the story all wrong. You know what I mean? That's usually how something goes, bro. When you hear a story, when it happens one way. By the time it reaches you and it funnels all the way down to me, it didn't change like 100 times. Look, I thought this man helped them dispose of a body. Yeah, come on, man. Drop it in the comments. Everybody was saying his daddy helped him dispose of a body. So I was like, you know what? If you're gonna go help him with the crime, you should be dying to do the time. But let's just be honest. That man was enjoying the company of a woman he didn't even know what he was going to. They set him up. You know what I mean, bro? You got to let a nigga know what's going on. Give a nigga the choice, bro. You can't just say, well, you gonna be dying. You know, it's just not how it works. That ain't how it works. You're dying by default because we called you here. You know what I mean? We're gonna spring it on you down the road. That ain't how it works, bro. Bro did 5 years. You know what I mean? How much do you want from him? He's like Tyrese, bro. Yeah, he's like Tyrese right now. How much do you want from him? It's still his son. The son want a DNA paternity test. That ain't your father. Nah, you can't be blood. Well, yeah, that's your father, nigga. And you fucked him. You know what I mean? Just be honest. Let's just be real, bro. One should never put their parents or anybody, for that matter, in a situation like that and make them choose. You gotta know who you're dealing with, and you gotta ask them beforehand. Look, bro, bro did it better than most people. Yeah, bro did better than most people, and he's right. With the technology right now, he couldn't lie. He was in the yard, fam. They pinged his phone. He was on the cameras. It was no way. Bro would have been doing the same time as his son, bro. And like I said, he's right. He's good for what he did because he did 5 years. Any other nigga, bro, include me. You know what I mean? Include me. Nigga, I'd have been out that night. You know, yeah, I'd have been out that night. Matter of fact, I wouldn't have went because I'd have put y'all out this motherfucker. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have kept your clothes or none of that shit. You know what I mean? I would have beat y'all motherfucking ass and put y'all out of my shit. You know what I mean? It's just how it works. You know what I mean? If you want to be part of the program, nigga, I teach you how the program works. You know what I mean? Real shit. Yeah, real shit. Everybody started as a YN or YG. At some point you elevate. Yeah, even when you're 18, you don't have to still be considered a fucking YG. You could be a 18-year-old OG. You know what I mean? Well, people don't understand, bro. People still want to be the YN, considered a YN. All that means is that you a fool, nigga. All that means you one of them niggas that's riding around skirting off to NBA YoungBoy, making it give you some type of music courage. Yeah, I call it music courage. Why? After you hear that, your ass amped up. You know what I mean? Nigga beat the brakes off of your mark ass. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Most of you niggas, and I'm not just talking about YNs, I'm talking about most of you niggas acting like real bitches right now. Just being honest, just being real. Drop it in the comments. That nigga that ain't no snitch. Yeah, nigga that ain't no snitch. He's solid to me. Yeah, he's solid, bro. Why? Nigga back out taking care of the ones that want to be taken care of. You know what I mean? You did what you did, and you gotta go do that time. You know what I mean? Fuck all that. Yeah, fuck all that. You know, I'm just being honest, bro. Queso, I'm sorry. You know, like Simon Birch, I'm sorry. Your story touches my tickle just a wee bit. Nah, I'm fucking with you. It don't. I'm not even moved by this one. I'm gonna just be honest with you, bro. You do dumb shit. You deserve dumb time. You know what I mean? Just being honest, bro. The TK package. That's what we call it. The TK package. They gave TK the YN package, but they giving niggas the TK package now, man. You nigga want to play stupid. Nigga want to be dumb. They gonna teach y'all what dumb is. Spend the rest of your motherfucking life in prison. Shout out Queso Daddy, you know what I mean? Real shit, because ain't nobody gonna see it, because everybody wanna see, oh, I'm so gangster, I'm so hard. That doesn't make you hard, you know what I mean? Yeah, protecting yourself when somebody try to victimize you makes you hard. Yeah, real shit. Working for yours and not asking for it makes you hard. You know, it's just being honest, man. Not being victimized by a nigga that thinks he's hard makes you hard. Drop it in the comments. Y'all ain't gonna get it, but y'all will. How I learn it, nigga. You gonna learn, or I will teach you. And just being honest, just being real. Drop it in the comments. I promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, so help me God. Like, share, subscribe, hype my shit up. The message has to get out. Community strikes or not, we must keep going. We're never stopping because we're popping. Gorilla Podcast and Meanwhile, I podcast everywhere I go. Can't stay long, got to go, Miss Ho. Peace. Like, share, subscribe, hype my shit up, nigga.
If they throw it, I'ma catch it to play the game like Tetris. I'm one of a kind rap, people tell me I'm equipped. I've been working 24 hours, summertime to winter. I ain't really at the chill, it gotta be about business.
Welcome back to Scars from the Playground. Yungstar says zero sabotage his rap career. Let's get into the content, man. Drop it in the comments.
I wasn't on that takeover. I was supposed to been on the takeover. I wasn't on the takeover. Okay. It's gonna help y'all out too, man. But y'all, I know everybody seen it, man. That Yungstar going on Drink, and then Yungstar going on Sherm.
On YouTube.
That was Den recording it. To let you know, for just explain, you know, to show that there was a lie, you know. I was clean years and years before that, you know what I'm saying? But I was like, man, why would you?
Y'all would talk about it afterwards?
No. So anyway, so I was full. You know, as y'all see on the camera, I was full. It went on and got done. And later on, down the line, Zero put it on DVD. You know, that's what we in a circle we do, catching, sleeping, and recording. Zero put it on the DVD. Yungstar gone on Drake, you know, and it's going down the screen. On the screen, Yungstar gone on Drake, and it got that let's call on Drake, you know what I'm saying? Got that.
Yeah, I seen that.
I ain't mad if we do, all right? But you could have told me why you put me. No, thank you for putting me on your DVD. You know, matter of fact, so I ain't think I get called. Hey, bro, huh? Nah, unless they call me in the 90s or something. How? Then when I see what it is, I'm like, I ain't gonna lie, my heart, boom, like, that don't say going on Drink. That's
going off.
Upload that like that. Not thinking that here, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I've been focused, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been like these been on weird timing, man. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to catch a slipping. You know?
I always thought that was weird. Like,
when they can't catch you slipping, hold on. When the hate don't work, they start telling lies.
It's crazy.
You hear me? You know what I'm saying? And I've been him, man. And let me tell you something else I stand by. Nigga, don't do nothing you ashamed of.
Well, I tell you all the time.
Don't do it if you ashamed of. That's how I was. Everything I did, I stood on it. When I did it. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't shame of it. You know what I'm saying? If I did, you know what I'm saying? So, man, you ain't got to do this to try to sabotage my name, big dog, just because you can't eat with me no more and you see a really serious, look at me, you know what I'm saying? It's still life in me, and you can't see it, you know. So I like, man, they been on weird timing, you know. This brother really plotting your demise.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? And probably go cry hard at your funeral, you know what I'm saying? And plotting your demise, though, at the same time, you know. Like, it's weird, man. It's like, I don't know, man.
And still to this day, it's like, people still think that.
Man, we done learn how to cook together in my mama's kitchen. Do you hear me? It's the last, me and you, not you. You wouldn't put no fake shit like this by me. When you know my story and know this and know how much I feel about this and how you, so you going to make her just to hurt me because I guess you hurt because you can't.
So the uploaded, he recorded it, and then the other uploaded it.
I remember what I had on, man. You know, it's been a long time before I got to get, you know, them days was long. And when that takeover album, that was like 8, 9, 10. I don't know however long school did. Since then, so they tell you how long, you know what I'm saying? So, like, why would a nigga try to, you know how hard I fight for that and how serious, I don't even with that do it, and I still love them just so it don't get stigmatized. That why would you?
Were they still doing it?
I mean, I don't know, because we wasn't around.
Right, okay.
You know what I'm saying? I was just there to do the music, you know what I'm saying? Everybody in the clique folks to show up.
Now I'm just trying to get the motive behind it besides, you know.
Well, I found out the motive was the grass been cut and the snakes been shown, and now you got to move around. So let me say that's abandoned. That house got holes in the wall, and let me, you know, it got mildew and, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, they smoke crack out.
You don't want to buy that one?
You know what I'm saying? I can't be in the motherfucker no more. I can't be a part of that motherfucker. It's my, you know, y'all want to put me out of the house like that? Okay. You know, so, you know, you live and you learn.
Before I get into this whole little spiel, bro, I want to tell you, youngster, this ain't the way, brother. Yeah, I know you want to be seen. You want to be back in the limelight. You want a little spotlight on you, but this ain't the way, bro. Yeah, this ain't the way. You and interviews don't go together, fam. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Now, the mainstay Zero sabotaged his rap career when he released a video of him going off of Sherm and said it was and you know, you were really going off a drink. Look, youngster, the first step into AA is you have to admit, bro, you have to be honest with yourself. To say you ain't touched it since Screw died, you a damn lie. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real, fam. You have to be honest. You know, it's 2025. If you're gonna show yourself, you must have to you must really reveal the truth, fam. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Now I give it to you because you stayed out the way while you been getting fucked up. You know what I mean? While you been getting wet. You know, let's just be honest, fam. You stayed out the way. You wouldn't let nobody put you on camera ever again because I've never seen nothing else on you. But let's not act like you wasn't in Big Money, Texas, Beaumont, getting fucked up, man. Let's just be honest, man. And they say, you know what, youngsters in the hood every day, he may be. You know what I mean? Yeah, he may be. But it was that time he stayed his ass out the way and was still getting wasted, fam. You can't lie. And Zero putting the video out on you, how could it sabotage your career when Zero is still going? You know what I mean? Zero is still going, bro. Zero was shermed out too. He was wet. J-Dog was wet. Who else was wet? ESG was wet. You know what I mean? Like, most of the old school rappers were. You know what I mean? Let's just be honest. Even the YGs are wet. YB ain't shermed out, but he dog food. People don't even know what dog food is. So Lil YN told me, bro, I thought that was weed. No, bro, it's heroin. You know what I mean? YB can't kick the K2. Most of these people are addicted to drugs, bro. So when you say it stopped your career and it slowed your motion, that's just another excuse, bro. And you're still lying to yourself. From now on, Zero is so weird. Well, one thing is true about Zero. Always been a weird fucker. You know what I mean? Yeah, Zero always been hella fucking weird, bro. Everybody thought he was slow back in the day. That would add it to the allure of Zero. Wasn't until he started trying to fix himself up and show that he was regular that his music starts slipping. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Drop it in the comments. Youngster, you a day late and dollar short, fam. Why? You should have been came back. On top of that, you should have let the music speak for you. You going this whole podcasting route to where you saying this, saying that. You sound like you just making up shit, bro. On top of that, when you said the shit about B King, when you could have saved his career, gave him the hottest song ever, and you was talking about some motherfucking wet wipes. Nobody wants to hear that shit, fam. If the song was so hot, do it yourself, nigga. What the fuck wrong with you? I had some heat for him. He told me it was ratchet, but he just didn't understand it was better than his whole catalog, nigga. If that was the case, he would have done the song, nigga. The song was trash, so why you ain't put it out? Put something out with your voice on it, player. Come on, big dog. Yeah, nigga, still respect your game if it's about some wapping, but when it's about talking, yeah, and like I said, you and podcasting just don't go together. Unfortunately, drop it in the comments, man. I'm just being honest. I'm just being real. I promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, so help me God. Scars from the playground. Like, share, subscribe, hype my shit up, nigga. Peace. They tried to stop me, but they don't understand yet. I'm never stopping because I'm popping. They ask me why I ain't got here, why I ain't got that, nigga. Community strike after community strike. But get what? I keep going because it ain't about the money on. I'm gorilla grinding. I'm up all night 24/7 making the money on me and my family need to succeed. Why? You got to fund your own journey. On top of that, there's a whole lot of living you have to do during that process. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's why I'm here, nigga. We spending money and we using money to make money, but it makes the world go round. It's all about the money, honey. You know what I mean? Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Drop it in the comments, but it will come when it's time. Scars from the playground. Like, share, subscribe. I hype my shit up, nigga. Peace.
If they throw it, I'ma catch it to play the game like Tetris. I'm one of a kind rap. People tell me I'm equipped. I've been working 24 hours, summertime to winter. I ain't really at the chill, it gotta be about business.
Welcome back to Scars from the Playground. Dennis Quaid speaks on the death of Tupac Shakur. Let's get into the content, fam. Drop it in the comments.
For you, gang-related. Tupac. What was it like doing a movie with
man,
Tupac?
that was so great. That little movie, and Tupac. I was kind of familiar with Tupac when we did that movie, and we both love Chinese food. It turns out, and so he and I would be in the trailer like every day. We had Chinese food 5 days in a row.
Is Chinese food a joke, like a sign for something else, or is it really Chinese food? Because
it
is the 90s, so you had to stop.
I really, at the time, really didn't know much about who he was and stuff. I knew who he was, but it's like we got in there, we talked about acting, we talked about growing up, we talked about our mothers, we talked about, he was had such a great heart as a kid. So he was such a talented actor too. And he had a thirst to learn. And, I did know he was a poet, really, because that's what he was. And then he told the story of how, they tried to kill him before in New York. And it was hysterical the way he told it, but it was like for real. And then 6 months later, he would, he got killed. And that one really hit me hard. It really did.
Why is that?
He had so much to give the world. He really did. He was about he would have wound up being such a uniter of people. He really was. Because you could not put him in a hole or a box or part of that group or this group. He was like, he would have, what could have been?
What did he tell you? Because I thought you were going in a complete different direction when you went to it. But because what's interesting about what you just said is the movie came out October 8th of 97. He died September of 95, I think, 95 or 96, because it's high school. When I graduated high school, that's when he died. So he never saw the final movie himself.
No, he never did.
But what did he tell you about the first time they tried to take him out?
He was just a human being, He was a kid, and he was a vulnerable person. He wasn't like this, like gangster, this and that and the other. He was like had a poet's heart, and was really, it was his vulnerability and his willingness to, and his curiosity about other people, including me. We were kind of like, you never put the two of us together. Eating Chinese food in the trailer, but there we were.
It's a high DEI story, though. I mean, if you look at the DEI, that was like way ahead of its time.
Really deep feelings for him.
I want to stay on this. We've talked about God knows how many different stories. Out of all the stories, if I would have gone to Vegas and I would have said, "Here's 15 stories, let's put a wager on which one you think is going to get him emotional," they probably would have put Tupac last. Why did Tupac get you?
I think I just told you,
No, but what I want to know is, I know, I get it, but what I want to tell you is, was it like any story, like correlation on the upbringing? Was it any similarities? Was it anything else? Or?
We had a lot of similarities. The way he started as an actor, like in high school, and doing plays, he just got into it, and he had that same feeling that I have about it. He just wanted to do it. He was a real artist, and he was a real poet, and he was just getting started. Just getting started.
Do you listen to his music now?
Yeah, I do. Especially that one about his mom.
Your mama? Yeah.
Pac was a different type of individual. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. I know some people thought he was gay. Yeah, I know some people thought he was gay. The little video from him in high school when he was going to the performing arts high school didn't help, but let's just be honest, fam. That was before Pac was affected by the world, bro. That's before he turned 18 and was seen just like any other nigga in the street, fam. Yeah, bro. You build a character within yourself to be able to survive, which ultimately it didn't work. Yeah, it didn't work. They took him out early, but that was by his own choices, fam. Yeah, some people call him an idiot. Nah, he wasn't an idiot, just loyal and lost. Yeah, loyal and lost. Drop it in the comments, man. No Tupac Shakur hate will be tolerated on this platform. Yeah, none. Why? You'll never know what Tupac may have became because he didn't get a chance. But everything he possessed, all his qualities, would have been highlighted, given another 10 or so years, bro. Hip-hop probably wouldn't be what it is today. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. And for everybody that says, oh, Diddy got Pac out the way, bro, if I was you, I'd slap yourself in the face. That was more of a government doing. Why? Think of all you black leaders that were really trying to change things in history were taken out, fam, and it wasn't by their choice. Them people sent them. You know, let's just be honest. Let's just be real. That's why you'll never have no answer to who actually shot Pac or Big. They don't want you to find out, so you won't. Unfortunately, that's just how the world works. Like, drop it in the comments. Shout out Dennis Quaid. It just shows you the power of the person. Yeah, it just shows you the power of the person, fam. Pac was a different type of individual. See, going to these different schools, bro, it ain't so you could turn out to be a sellout or no shit like that, bro. It's just so you could be universal and you can have a conversation with anybody in the room and they could tell you're a good dude. Look, drop it in the comments, man. Shout out Dennis Quaid. I didn't know he had that much love for him. But why wouldn't he? Tupac was a hell of a guy. You know what I mean? Just being honest, wasn't the best rapper. Yeah, wasn't the best rapper. Pac ain't even in my top 5. I'm gonna be honest with you. Now, top 10, I would have to put him there, but it's a few people that eating him up. And just be honest, let's just be real, bro. Even Marlon Wayne said himself, as much as he loved Pac and he missed him dearly, he put Drake's over him. You know what I mean? Yeah, he say Drake is better than Pac. Drop it in the comments, bro. It's up for debate. And, you know, everybody got their picks. But, yeah, Pac was a hell of a guy, not a hell of a rapper. Just being honest, man. Drop it in the comments. Scars from the Playground. No Tupac hate of any kind, of any sort, will be tolerated on this platform, though. Keep that in mind. Drop it in the comments, like, share, subscribe. Can't stay long, got to go, Miss Ho. Hype my shit up, fam. If you don't know what hype my shit up is, go to the bottom of the video and say hype. Hype me up. Hype me up. You know what I mean? Like Lil really say, hype the shit up, nigga. Never stopping, cause I'm popping. Gorilla podcasting means I podcast everywhere I go. You know what I mean? And they gonna feel it. Guaranteed. Wait till next year. I got big things planned for you. big things planned for you. Right now, it's all about the grind. I got to fund this journey. Hip-hop wise, media wise, and family wise. You know, I mean? Just being real, I need money coming in for all different type of things. That's why I'm working. I'm working on it. 7 days a week, I'm committed to doing some other shit. You know what I mean? 24/7. Yeah, I got to get this money, fam. Just being honest, just being real. Drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the Playground.
If they throw it, I'ma catch it to play the game like Tetris. I'm one of a kind rap, people tell me I'm equipped. I've been working 24 hours, summertime to winter. I ain't really at the chill, it gotta be about business.
Welcome back to Scars from the Playground. Trill Too Legit say he got the paperwork on Albert Walka, Sauce Walka. MC Gusto is what I like to refer to him as. But let's get into the content, fam. Drop it in the comments. Save your motherfucking opinions to the video ends, please. You know what I mean? Drop it in the comments, bro. Scars from the Playground.
I'm a hater. That's what they say. But can you hate when I give out facts? I only give out the truth. I never lie. I don't present fake information. I'm not known for that. Where I come from, the federal penitentiary, you can get killed. So the information that I have on Albert Sauce Mundane Walker is true. But before we get into that, let's lay the foundation. I want to know who and what and where did Sauce Walka come from? Some of y'all may not even know this individual. This individual is, as we can speak, one of the greatest rappers to come out of Houston. He is one of the originators of the new Houston movement, if not the originator. He has a style that nobody else can ever compare to because he does his own thing. He's the first rapper out of Houston to not sound like he's from Houston. Now, a lot of y'all might say that I'm just a dick rider, I'm a dick puller, but facts are facts. I don't present fake facts. What I do is keep it real. Now, before y'all knew him as Sauce Walka, he was known as A-Walk. A-Walk used to rap for a clique named Mash Mode off of a certain side of town. This clique Mash Mode put up impeccable numbers. And I don't even think he was at that time. I don't even think he was the #1 artist. You had people like Sancho. I don't believe Sancho went by that at that time. Now, A-Walk, the A-Walk that you know now to Sauce Walka is a totally different person, a totally different rap style. This is why I give him the accolade that I give him as being one of the best rappers. But that does not stop. Just because you're one of the best rappers does not stop the proof that is in the pudding. A-Walk used to beef with a team called the 100 Clique, I believe. And there might have been, may or may have not been, an altercation at a certain rapper's event, right? And there may or may not have been a shootout. Sauce Walka may or may have not been a participant in this shootout, right? I don't have the facts. I'm not the prosecutor, but alleged to court documents, Sauce Walka was involved in this situation, if I'm not mistaken. He was given shock probation. I believe he went and did some time here and there, and he made it through certain things. Then he rebranded himself around 2013, 2014, and created Sauce Walka. Sauce Walka was not a pimp to originate. Pimping comes from my side of town, Southwest. The Southwest is where all the pimps come from. That's where it started at, and that's where it's going to end at. Sauce Walka may or may have not been a pimp in the beginning of that shit, but he ended up soaking up game and being around certain people. He got game from some of the best to ever do it. People like Lace, people like, I'm not going to name their names. We're not even going to name names when it comes to that, because that's a 99-year sentence on those. So I don't know any pimps soaking up game and actually became pimps.
Hello? Hey, man, it's the kid that did, man, with some news you can use, man. The K-I-D, the D-I-D. Oh, wait. Hey, man, I just wanted to let you know, man. I got the bitch, man. Hey, man, I got the bitch, man. Hey, I got the bitch, she didn't come empty-handed, man. She didn't come straight in empty-handed, man. Yeah, man. I had...
In the end, right? Sauce Walka had fallouts and had beefs with Young Lace. But I feel that Sauce Walka took a lot of game from Lace. So I believe that Sauce Walka was wrong when he got into a beef with Lace. But that's another story, another time, another place. A-Walk can rap. A-Walk will punchline you to death. He'll battle rap you. Sauce Walka used to be a battle rapper.
Real anger. Get him your answer to my flag, because nigga mean danger. Why the fuck you being friendly if you talking to a stranger?
Sauce Walka can rap, for real.
I don't know, Chill too legit from a can of paint. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. This nigga was either paid or is terribly, terribly misinformed. Come on, man, stop it. Or they got it from Sauce, huh? No, bro. J Money, futuristic J Money from Atlanta, been saying Sauce since 2009, 2010. It's way before Albert Walker, A-Walk, was ever even thought about it. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real, bro. Drop it in the comments. Not as main as formulated some big ass. Man, what are you doing, fam? You're obviously glazing. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Nothing you said was true, fam. The nigga went to Atlanta and was influenced. Houston is my city, fam. But I'm gonna be honest with you, fam. It's the same shit I got going on with this city. Ain't started a motherfucking thing. Drank and swingers, and didn't even start that. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Drink is a prescribed drug, fam. It's been prescribed since the 70s, maybe even the 50s. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Houston didn't popularize it. They just didn't have nothing to talk about other than the motherfucking drink, and it went with the screw. Let's just be honest, fam. Like, stop it. If you gonna really be on some podcasts and shit, fam, you have to tell the truth. Albert Walka, it's MC Gusto from CB4. He stole that shit, fam. Yeah, Albert Gusto can rap, yeah, when he's being himself. The minute the character starts, it sucks, fam. Look, keeping it a buck ain't hating. I think a lot of you niggas just glazers. Yeah, diamonds are man's best friend in 2025. Meaning, when you niggas see a nigga bedazzled, y'all jump straight on. You finish the rest, nigga. Fill in the blank. You know what I mean? Yeah, y'all jump straight on. And it's just facts, bro. You niggas something else. Yeah. You niggas something else. And then when you talk about the pimping, he was pimping young girls. Do you not know what the other one is in jail for? They just took the whole rap. On top of that, it's a whole bunch of zesty shit going on. Now, I don't know if they still partaking in it, but look here, bro. When a man and a punk lay down, two punks get up. You know what I mean? It's just being honest, man. Look, drop it in the comments. No, you're hating on Albert. Look, I heard Splat Mafia. Now, I can tell you the first song on that CD is hard. It's hard, fam. It shows you what he could do. But in retrospect, you have to understand he didn't even write that shit. He didn't even write that shit, man. The man been stealing music and lyrics for years, bro. He gets at artists that may never make it because they not really building on income to fund their journey. So he get at them in IG, Facebook, all type of other shit. They end up paying Sauce Walka to take them lyrics. Look, bro, allegedly. Look, drop it in the comments. Everything you see ain't real, fam. Believe 70%. Don't believe 70% of what you see. Don't believe 90% of what you hear. These people are all fucking characters, man. Come on, bro. Get off the gas. You have to, bro. Or you'll be living in a fairy tale land forever. I'm just being honest. Triller Tula, just stop it. Quit the foolishness, bro. That shit sounds stupid. How much did they pay you? Yeah, how much did they pay you, nigga? Look, yeah, you've been compromised, and I've never even seen your content. But what keep? Here go paperwork right here, y'all want to see. Here go paperwork right here, y'all want to see. My nigga, come on with the bullshit. A nigga ain't to be played with. You know what I mean? That's for one. And just because here goes the paperwork, don't mean it ain't no paperwork out there. Yeah, you might have to just do a little digging, nigga. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. You know what I mean? Drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the play. I don't want to say no shit about no Albert pimping. They were pimping young girls, 14, 15-year-old. It's despicable. You know what I mean? It's fucking disgusting, fam. And to see these niggas glazing for what, fam? For what? Because the nigga done gave you a little stack of money. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Come on, make it make sense, my nigga. But J Money started the sauce. I want everybody to know that. J Money started the sauce. Nigga, J Money all over that Futuristic Summer album, Metro Boomin right now. You'll hear J Money and how much better he is with the sauce than Albert. You know what I mean? Gusto, bro, it just ain't working. It ain't working. You could try to get the little low budget podcasters on your side, but get what? They're compromised. Everybody know they're compromised, bro. You can't get the media on your side like that. You have to really rap and show something. And stop scamming artists. You stop scamming artists. You tried to scam me, nigga. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. But that's a whole nother story. You know what I mean? That's before I knew your background, nigga. You're lucky, Blicker. As crazy as it sounds, you're lucky Blicker didn't live to tell it. You know what I mean? Just being honest with y'all, fam. Drop it in the comments, and it ain't even my story to tell. But when I hear a nigga glazing and all on this nigga nutsack like this, I got to come out and tell you the truth. Yeah, I got to come out and tell you the truth. There's a whole bunch of shit that goes down behind that sauce shit. Now, if you just respect the street shit, man, get off the motherfucking gas. You know what I mean? Yeah, get off the gas and find you a real nigga to respect. You know what I mean? Maybe even your motherfucking daddy. You know what I mean? Yeah, you niggas, y'all tripped me out in 2025. Going into 2026, why I don't fuck with none of you hoe ass niggas. Look, I can't stay long, gotta go. Miss Ho, like, share, subscribe, nigga, we going up. No matter what they do. I'm never stopping because I am popping. You know what I mean? And I'm guerrilla grinding, and guerrilla podcasting means I podcast everywhere I go. You hear? Ho. Drop it in the comments, you bitch. With all that negative ass shit. But I'm just gonna keep it real with you. I'm just gonna keep it a buck. Tet nigga, chill too legit, whoever y'all. Hey, you've been hella compromised. You're tainted. Yeah, you're tainted. One would never watch your fucking content again. Why? You want some old cocksucking ass shit, yeah. And I mean that with all due respect. You know what I mean? Yeah, that shit, that didn't sound right, fam. And you troll, I got the paperwork. I got the paperwork. This is what y'all want to see. Albert is this, Albert is that. He started the Migos. Gucci, Drake was in Houston. He stole it from him. Bro, next thing y'all gonna, oh, Kurt Cobain, Drake stole Kurt Cobain's style. Man, Kurt studied Drake. You know, get the fuck off the gas, nigga. Drop it in the comments, man. Yeah, everything they're telling you is a fucking lie. J Money started the fucking sauce, and I don't even know Dame Diz Alley or whatever they call him. You know what I mean? I know his name, but I don't know him. You know what I mean? Because guess what? It's only one thing true about that. That nigga was influenced about everything that go on in Atlanta. And for those that don't know, the Migos, Offset, bro, this is the Migos. In Atlanta, they got a spot where all the Mexicans live. Some of the black people stay there. They call that the Migo land. Migos. Offset is the ties they ride in Atlanta. You know what I mean? You got to make this make sense. Atlanta has always been wave starters. They've never been on no following shit. Drop it in the comments, man. Scores from the playground. Like, share, subscribe, hype my shit up. Albin, I'm sorry. Like Simon Birch, nigga, I'm sorry. But I gotta be honest with you. Yeah, I got to be honest with you. My chest ain't weaving. You know what I mean? Yeah, my chest ain't weaving. Wheezing. You know what I mean? I got to be honest with you, fam. As long as I got air in these lungs, I gotta use them to be honest and real. Drop it in the comments, man. Scores from the playground.
If they throw it, I'ma catch it to play the game like Tetris. I'm one of a kind rap. People tell me I'm a clip. I've been working 24 hours, summertime to winter. I ain't really at the chill, it gotta be about business.
Welcome back to Scars from the Playground. Gene Deal speaks on not being involved in the Sean Combs The Reckoning docuseries on Netflix. Executive produced by 50 Cent, Curtis Jackson himself. Let's get into the content, fam. Drop it in the comments.
And I figured that after this 50 documentary, you'll be giving me a call. Told you I ain't turning down nothing but my collar when it comes to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. I mean, I had to bring you back. This documentary got everyone talking, man. A lot of people want to know why you wasn't in it, man.
Well, first and foremost, you know, I thought I was going to be in the documentary at first until I started talking to that director. I think her name is Stapleton, I don't know her name. The white chick, I don't know, man. Me and 50 talked like 45 minutes. The producers had been calling me and everything. So this one night, 50 called me up, and they got him on the phone. Man, he was just talking. We was talking about old time shit. Sit down with Black Hands, sit down with with Puff Kids, the whole Puff situation, and this documentary that he's going to be doing. You know what I'm saying? So I told him that I was going to, have Kirk and Tim. Kirk would be the one who talk about the business part of it. Tim would be the one who talk about the growing up phase with Diddy and everything and over there working in the record industry with him and stuff like that. They was like family. And I was going to talk about, the street stuff, what was going on with Bad Boy, with the security, with Wolf, with the city college, with the time that I knew about when I was with him up until about early 2004 or something like that. But basically the streets and then the traveling with him and the atmosphere and everything, and then go back into the Notorious Big stuff with the Tupac and the whole 9 yards, all the stuff that I knew. You know what I'm saying? So we was talking, and he sounded like, yo, listen here, they gonna spare no expense with this whole documentary. So I said, all right, cool. So what I did was I spoke to Tim and I spoke to Kirk Burrows. And I was like, yo, because I had Tim's number. Tim didn't know how to get in touch with Kirk. Kirk didn't know how to get in touch with Tim. But Kirk was trying to tell me, give him the number with the Tim. I said, nah, I ain't doing that. So I gave one of the producers the number in the whole 9 yards to get in touch with Tim because I want to see him get money because I know Tim got a hell of a story with Puff. So then I talked to Tim and I told him, yo, listen here, man, we should go in as a package deal. All three of us, we could tell a hell of a story about this whole documentary. You know what I'm saying? From front to start. Then whatever stuff that they get and everything like that. So yo, let's go in there and ask them for 50 apiece. You know what I'm saying? So Tim was like with it, yo, Gene, whatever, go ahead like that. Kirk was like, yeah, okay, cool, Gene. It was like a general census that we was gonna do this in a whole package deal. You know what I'm saying? And then I started speaking to the producers and everything like that because 50 had told me himself that they was going to spare no cost in doing this because he wanted to tell the story and he wanted to tell the story like it was supposed to be told and everything like that. I said, yeah, okay. So then the director, I got to get her name, man, because it don't even sound, I want to put her on blast because she was telling me, she was saying to me that what I was asking for was crazy and they wasn't spending money like that. I'm talking about you got footage, you got clothing, you got I was doing footage, I had pictures, all the stuff that I had, you could figure out a way to pay a brother and stuff like that. And then I was telling her about some prices that I've already received and I had the invoices to show it. And then she was calling me like I was lying. I was like, yo, who do you think you talking to? You know what I'm saying? And she was talking about, there's no way nobody paid. Nobody what? I say, first of all you people come with these documentaries and stuff, the first thing you tell me, y'all tell these people out here that y'all don't pay, and y'all pay. You give, if you can make a picture look like $10,000, $15,000, you know what I'm saying? You can sit here and tell me that you're going to pay me for my time sitting right down here with y'all. You understand? So then, one thing led to another. And I was like, all right, well, then, F you. I spoke to 50. And then she said, 50? And this is exact words that came out her mouth. 50 does not determine what goes in and goes out of this documentary. And he definitely don't pay. He determine what somebody get paid. It's not his documentary like that. I was like, oh, so if it's not his documentary and I spoke to him like that, I don't need to be doing nothing with you because I'm doing this on the strength of him. But you gonna pay me if I do it. So it went back and forth, you know what I'm saying, for a little bit. And then they had Kirk Burrows giving me calls and everything like that. What are you calling me for? You know what I'm saying? I'm not, get out of here. I know what kind of dude you is anyway. Me and you cool and everything, Kirk, but don't call me about no business with this stuff like that. And then what I found out is that he was making a deal, cutting a deal for himself as well as Tim. You understand? And I was trying to get a deal for all three of us. You understand? So that's how them industry cats go. You know, that's what they do. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at it like this. So then he called me back again, and I told him, like, listen, man, don't you ever call my phone again, Kurt. You know what I'm saying? Because we had got into it about somebody calling him. He told me Groovy Lou called him and wanted to know why Gene's still doing this to Puff and everything like that. And I mentioned it on the Gene Deal show. You know what I'm saying? I said something. Then he called me back like I was lying. And listen to me, Kurt. Don't call me about what these clowns and these niggas say right here, bro. And especially don't call me talking about what I gotta fix, when in fact you know what you told me and you know what our conversation was. You know what I'm saying? So the whole thing about why I'm not in the thing, the lady was talking greasy to me. She had no right to talk greasy to me. And then she told me that 50 didn't have the power to do anything, but they using his name to like push the whole documentary. And that's what it was about. So that's why you don't see a cameo other than the pictures they used of me on the film in the documentary. I got like 3 or 4 pictures in the documentary that I've seen of myself. You know, some people say they saw more, but I know three different times where I was certain places and you could actually see me in the documentary, and that's the only thing you're gonna get. But the stories that they told in the documentary, bruh, come on. They could have went a whole lot deeper. They could have did a whole lot more. So I ain't in the documentary because that lady that was the director, I think, what's her name? Alex, you know, Alex Staple. You know her name, Mighty? Yo, Mighty, just give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna look this up, all right? Okay. Her name is Alex Stapleton. The director that I spoke to was Alex Stapleton. She was the one who told me that she was the director, she was the producer, whatever, this, that, and the third, the whole 9 yards. And she was talking mad greasy to me. And listen here, it's no amount, after you talk that kind of talk to me, it's no amount of money she could have paid me anyway for me to get in there. You know, my story is more too valuable, you know, getting in depth with this whole stuff, and it would have helped that documentary a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? In actuality, they used all the stuff that I told them and did it the way that I was saying do it. Tim Dog started off with the childhood with Puff and the whole 9 yards. Kirk Burrows do the business part, but they was trying to put people in there like Mark Curry and other people to talk about the streets or what was going on, you know, a certain thing. But Mark can only say so much, you know what I'm saying, because he was an artist, you know, so he wasn't with Puff like I was with him during that time when we was running back and forth here and there and the whole 9 yards. So, you know, Miss Alex Stapleton is the one reason why I'm not in the documentary, but it's all right with me. I've been in a lot of documentaries. I did The Shine. I did the A&E. I did the Discovery Channel. I did the Fox. You know, I've been in a whole lot of different documentaries, and I'm always on the art of dialogue. So the people been getting most of the information from here.
Yeah, man, you always on here, man. Always got to bring you on. So with that being said, man, I want to get right into the documentary, man. How you feel about the documentary, man? The behind the scenes footage they got of Diddy leading up to him getting arrested, and how you feel about all that, man?
Well, what I feel about the documentary, they left a whole lot of key things out. If they was going to do something and they're going to say in the reckoning of Sean Combs, the reckoning, or Diddy, the reckoning and stuff like that, it should have been a lot of people that we lost because of him. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't only Big. It wasn't only Tupac. You understand? For the atmosphere that he put those kids in, you got a guy named Anthony Wolf Jones, who was from Bad Boy, from its conception, is doing security and being one of the financiers of Puff having to have some money to keep Big and Craig Mack around. before he got to Clyde Davis. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't able to tell that story because they didn't have no intel on that story or what went down, or they didn't do their investigations right, which he also led up to the reason why Wolf ain't here today. You understand? They didn't tell that story. They didn't tell a story about Jessica Rosenbaum, who was at the City College situation. You understand? When it was Puff, Heavy D, and Jessica. You know what I'm saying? Jessica was the reason why those kids lost their life, because she locked the door on those kids running down the steps. You understand? You could see her name in a news article, but they didn't mention nothing about her taking place, but they try to put Heavy D, God bless the dead, out there and they put Puff out there. You know what I'm saying? She should have been the main one because she is the one who locked the door on the kids. You understand? She is the one who locked the door on the kids, and all those kids lost their life. Had she not locked those doors, not one kid would have lost their life. Not one kid would have lost their life. And that's what happened. So the feelings that I have about the documentary, man, it was just old news, and they took a couple of with the footage from Puff from the days that's leading up him to get arrested, and the incidents with the people from the courts. You know, the two people from the courts. So it was nothing new. It was put together pretty good, but it was nothing new that we didn't know. It is nothing new that we didn't know, bro. And they could have did a whole lot better. They could have got into the fact if they was talking about they wasn't going to, they was going to spend some money on it and stuff like that. They could have got into the fact of who actually made that payment, because they put it all in the documentary. Who made that payment to get Tupac eliminated? If that was the payment that they had alluded to. So, like in the documentary, it's all right, bro. You know what I'm saying? But you watch it once, it don't get no second look. It don't get no second take. It ain't nothing like say, yo, I gotta go see that shit again. Nah, not at all. So, let me be clear on this, brother, is that I was at City College. You understand? I was there. I was doing security. My team was supposed to have the outside. Puff came to me the day before we were supposed to do the job there and told me that Heavy D didn't want us to do the security outside. I had 18 men ready to do the security outside with my dogs like I always do. People knew how we used to roll. We would have the pits, the Rockwallers, you understand? We had that outside locked up. So anybody try to bum rush, anybody do that, we had the gates, the whole 9 yards. So we could stop all that. You know how people gonna get down in Harlem. You understand? So, and then when you got LL Cool J, you got Mike Tyson coming through there, and they coming through the front door so people see them. So they gonna go crazy. LL was the hottest thing out at that time. Mike Tyson was the hottest thing out at that time. They got all kinds of stars and people in there already. They was coming through the back. They came through the front. And it caused the door to be bum rushed. But if they had the gates up, if they had the dogs, and with the help of the police, that shit would have never happened, bro. That shit would have never happened. I was there. I saw it. I saw Jessica run down the steps after she grabbed the money box because my man Eddie was protecting her. And Eddie's the one called me on the walkie-talkie and said, yo, Jessica just locked me in outside the gym, Gene. You couldn't go down the steps after they bum rushed the door. You understand? I had to run around the whole gym on the outside, around the gym, down the steps, run across the basketball court, and open the front door. When I opened that one door, because it pushed inside, people start squeezing through that. Then I just kept doing the doors, and people was coming in there, falling dead, right out, just falling out right there. And once they got in there, they just fell out. It was crazy, bro. It was a crazy sight. So I was there, man. So I knew more than they would put down there in that documentary. You know what I'm saying? You even see me, when Puff is standing up right there, you see me down there trying to do CPR on somebody, and that was a 17-year-old kid that died, bro.
Look, it was a hell of a documentary, a docuseries. It was a hell of a docuseries, but it wasn't nothing we ain't seen. Gene Deal is correct, bro. How are you gonna do a full docuseries and not include the main that has popped this shit all the way off? You know what I mean? That man been talking about Diddy for about 10, 15 years. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real, fam. It's Gene Deal or nobody. You know what I mean? The man tried to do a package deal. They didn't want him. Why? They didn't want nothing that was going to make it look too real. They wanted everybody attached to this situation to have fabricated ass stories. They wasn't looking for the truth. They was looking to try to sell that docu-series. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. And for everybody that thought this was 50's doing, bro, when you executive produce something, you're not the creative director. You're not directing this motherfucker. You're just invited into the writer's room. And if you have an idea, they may or may not use it. It's not your situation, fam. It's not your project. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real, fam. It makes sense. 50 was just a face. He had no power, no pull. He wanted Gene Deal in it. But look here, the director, whatever her name is, Jessica, she didn't want him included. You know what I mean? She didn't want him included. For what purpose? Who knows? You know what I mean? Maybe Gene Deal said something about 50 in the past. Bro, you never know. Behind the scenes, there's always some extra shit. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. 50, boo-boo, very emotional, fool. Very emotional over old Daphne Joy, his BM. But look, your BM say you was sexually assaulting her too, nigga. You know what I mean? It's just, come on, nigga, on top of as allegations. But if the allegations are true, you are no better than Diddy, the dealer. Look, y'all all are one and the same. Man, what y'all gotta understand, bro? It's no difference when you're dealing with the commercial hip-hop industry, bro. They all are not to be trusted. Yeah. Ja Rule been talking the truth on 50 for years, and nobody wanted to listen. Why? He overpowered him. Hip-hop wise, he overpowered him. Damn near stopped his career. But Ja Rule's still the same Ja Rule, man. The man still touring. You know what I mean? Man ain't stopped, bro. If you put catalog against catalog, Ja Rule would beat 50 Cent. He ain't got that many fucking hits, but Ja Rule and all this shit down there certified diamond. I'm just being honest. I'm just being real, bro. You got to make this make sense. Diddy, Sean Carter, Curtis Jackson, all the same, fam. They all partaking in some crazy shit. Now, 50 is trying to make it look like he's cleaning it up. But look, bro, one party is no better than the other. And that's just the truth, fool. Boo-boo is a lot of shit behind the scenes about you. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real, fam. Will it ever come to the light? Who knows? But as much money as you getting right now, you got the power to stop it. You know what I mean? Yeah, you got the power to stop it. But if anybody really does that research on Curtis Jackson, you might find out some things that'll change the way you feel about him. I'm just being honest. I'm just being real. Drop it in the comments, man. Scores from the playground.
If they throw it, I'ma catch it to play the game like Tetris. I'm one of a kind rap, people tell me I'm a clip. I've been working 24 hours, summertime to winter. I ain't really at the chill, it gotta be about business.
Welcome back to Scores from the Playground. Charleston White drags 50 Cent. Let's get into the content, fam. And he did it while he was doing a haircut, getting a haircut. Drop it in the comments, bro. Let's get into the content.
Till 50-something. There's nothing you can do to get back at Diddy. They didn't give him a life sentence. Say, man, listen. I know you still mad because the boy had your baby mama over there. Oh, yeah. Playing foosball with her. Just a foosball machine with the two. You all them one men. Ain't that the thing? You spin them in the soccer man spin. Yeah, he had your baby mama over there playing foosball. with the little boy in there watching a big screen TV. Who you think was coming out telling him everything gonna be all right? It wasn't his mama. She was in there. She was the ball on the foosball table. So they were kicking her around. That was Diddy, man. So you gotta do nothing else, 50. You gotta appreciate Diddy. Cause unless he turned the boy into a freak too. Now if he done turned your boy into a freak, kick his ass. Do exactly what now if that boy ain't no freak and all he heard was his mama, oh Lord, and he didn't get to see nothing. You know, man, raise up all Diddy, my nigga. Yeah, raise up all Diddy. But I can't tell a nigga raise up. If a nigga get my baby mama and do it like that, how he done your baby mama, with me holding the house, I be doing them the same way. So, you say, nigga, to my baby mama like that with me holding the house. That's why I've been trying, man, why I'm 50 on the boy like that? But I forgot, man, in my fact, she still work for him today, don't she? You might have to make a part two. say, to release all them emotions you hide behind, my nigga. Now, I know, listen, a man is a man. You can't act like that, don't bother you. Cause you didn't do this to him when he tried to take you on the shopping trip, Fifth. Come on, Kurt, don't do that, man. Just say pull back. Listen, unless he turned your boy into a freak. Do you see that little boy like it? Cause you know kids ain't supposed to be exposed to sexual noises or sexual content. Did it do the boy like this here? Is that why you smashing on him? Only the strong can show compassion for the weak. 50? That's all I'm saying, man. Oh, goddamn it, nigga, I like Diddy. Outside of what he do at the Diddy party and killing Tupac, I like the boy. Know why? He was a big bad wolf. Ain't nobody whooped him. Yeah, he the only nigga I know hanging nigga over the balcony by this bitch. Blowing up cars by this bitch. Taking another nigga bitch and making it his bitch, like he did your woman. That's the only nigga I know in the industry that done this. Done freaked all you niggas hoes. Done freaked half you nigga rappers. And everybody. Only thing they got is a nigga saying, man, he paid me to fuck Cassie. They ain't got no woman saying nothing bad on Diddy. Cassie not even saying nothing bad. How nigga gonna be mad at Diddy, my nigga? Unless he got your baby mama and took her down through there. What, don't they got a song, take me through there, take me through there, take me through there, take... Folk was born to even think about that song. Cause Diddy, they say Diddy gonna take a hoe through there and then pump her back to life. That man said nigga was killing hoes with dick. Yeah, and satisfaction. Most hoes wanna die satisfying, calm until they have to do it. Yeah, they think more hoes wanna lay around and calm all day till there's a nigga like Diddy making them have to do it. Bitch, say, nigga, pump her back up. Nigga, she dead, her heart barely beat. Nigga, go get the IV doctor. Get her some more nutrients. Put the oxygen mask on her. And get that jelly. Put that jelly and put it back on her pussy. By the time she get ready, that motherfucker jelly gonna be sitting right. And he back down there through there. Yeah.
He's right, fam. I'm afraid Diddy has already won. Now, you being a petty bastard, it doesn't do nothing but give you a quick laugh, bro. But you gotta live with the fact Diddy did you wrong forever. Let's just be honest, Curtis. You know what I mean? Look, Diddy was convicted for providing transportation to participate in prostitution. You know what I mean? Look, the docuseries was good, but it would have been better had Diddy had got convicted. All this shit is just fabricated. You know what I mean, bro? You got Mark Curry on there. He's been parking cars. You know what I mean? He's been parking cars at concert events for Live Nation, bro. You got Kurt Burrows, he was sexually assaulted too. Okay, Kurt, and you might have sexually assaulted Diddy. He was younger than you. Drop it in the comment. We don't know nothing Cut says to be true. That man is salty. He's very salty because he signed over his fucking rights, fam. His shares to the company. Just be honest. Let's just be real, bro. Who else you had on there? I want to name her. You didn't have Gene Deal on there. And that was the biggest takeaway, bro. Gene Deal has made a living from talking about Diddy for years, bro. Why wouldn't he be included? You know what I mean? You got Joy. Joy say she was touched. but didn't even know nothing about it. She's mad because the film is out there. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Aubrey O'Day didn't know that. Look, this is shit. You know what I mean? This is shit. Boo Boo, 50 Cent, leave it alone, bro. The easiest way to show a nigga he didn't got you is to show him that you're in your feelings, bro. All you talk about is Diddy. Diddy, 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 the dealer. Y'all will forever be connected because you make so much content on him. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Drop it in the comments, bro. Shout out Charleston White. He's right. Yeah, Uncle Charlie is right. Yeah, just for real. This time, Uncle Charlie ain't said nothing wrong. Yeah, normally he does, but he ain't said nothing wrong. Drop it in the comments, man. Scores from the playground. Look, Charleston White says 6ix9ine staged his home invasion. I hate to say I told y'all so, but I told y'all so. Let's get into the content, because maybe y'all believe Charleston a little more than y'all did me, because y'all did me dirty. I'm just being honest, just being real. Like Diddy washing dirties, y'all did me dirty, fam. Drop it in the comments, man. Let's get into the content.
6ix9ine. I mean, his house getting robbed.
Oh, I think it was staged. Yeah,
Really?
I think it was bullshit. Anything we can see, I think it's bullshit. And his response to it, I say it's bullshit. Nigga done put a gun to my mama's face and done traumatized my mama. I'm not coming back playing tough. Say, hey, man, y'all could have done, man, y'all got my mama, homie. That's gonna hurt me the fact y'all done that to my mama. I ain't coming to play tough guy, nigga. My mama is a victim of a crime. Yeah, nah, I ain't doing that, homie. And then, nigga, when you look at that surveillance tape, it look like one of them island boys.
It do.
That's why, man, I'm invited to move it. The man, that was the island boy and them did that, my nigga.
He even said his name too. He said, hey, Red.
Man, come on, man. That was staged. Where the FBI footage at where they was at the house interviewing people? Is there any FBI footage where the police was there and they got pictures of all the tape and the stuff? Come on now. And there was no news clippings of, hey, famous rapper 6ix9ine mother, there was no news clipping. It was staged.
Only TMZ, which they paid him money for that surveillance.
Come on, homie, it was staged. Yeah, listen, my nigga. I think everybody playing if they got a video. If the police ain't saying, hey, we're trying to find these suspects and this, if they ain't doing that, they playing. The police don't play with footage. The media do. So we don't have no law enforcement giving no press conference, no nothing, as big as his name is. And that, I done been to his house. It's out there in the affluent area. You ain't finna go out. It's a long way to ride. Yeah, that was that red, fly soldier boy red. That's why now they having mental breakdown, going to the hospital, all kinds of shit down, man. Oh, yeah. I don't believe nothing, son.
It was a fucking sham, bro. It was just for TV. Believe half of what you see, half of what you hear. Maybe even increase the percentages. Believe 70%, don't believe 70% of what you see, and don't believe 70% of what you hear. All this shit is bullshit, fam. If it's connected to the internet commercially, it's bullshit. I'm just being honest, real with you, bro. It's a money ploy. Yeah, the man was looking for more time, which they only gave him about a week to relocate his mother. They only gave him a week, fam. The man was sentenced to 3 months. The same 3 months they was, oh, the judge can still do me 5 though. Bro, you knew what it was behind the scenes. Even that was just trying to set a stage. You know what I mean, bro? You gotta get out your feelings and don't let these niggas tap your ticker, fam. This is your ticker. You caught a son, it's your ticker. Don't let these niggas get in your heart, fam. That's how they invade you emotionally, bro. The devil can't come in unless you invite him. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm just being honest with you, fam. Evil cannot come in your house unless you invite it. Man, unplug, bro. All that shit just bullshit, especially when you're getting too emotionally involved with the shit. Like, that's my favorite rapper. You can't talk about him. Who is this guy? This Little John impersonator guy. Like, bro, you don't know them people. You know what I mean? You're falling in love with the idea. Yeah, you falling in love with the idea of forgetting that these people are only human. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers shit just like the rest of us. You know, just being honest, just being real, bro. Y'all gotta grow the fuck up, man. Yeah, y'all gotta grow the fuck up. And if you feel like, well, I am grown, I'm 48 years old, dude. Bro, it don't matter your age. It don't matter your age. Nigga could be 75 years old and still gotta grow up. You got to grow up, man. If you catch my drift, you catch my drift. If not, use a stupid motherfucker. And that information just ain't for you. You can't try to teach everybody, bro. T. Jones said it best, bro. You gotta thank the gods for sanity. Sanity, because everybody don't got it. You know what I mean? Everybody don't, common sense isn't so common. It ain't, but we're gonna say it like this, bro. Thank them gods, them GODs, for sanity, fam. For sanity. It's gonna be a whole bunch of people. Oh, he's just high, brother. You're just high, brother. No, nigga. On top of being an MVP podcaster, best new secret, Wall Street Magic, see it before it happens. Nigga, I've been doing 712s. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's what I signed up for, fam. I signed up for 712. So if you see me tired, it's because I haven't had an off day. You know what I mean? I'm just being honest with you, fam. Because you have to learn how to fund your own journey. You got to find a way or means to fund your own journey, or your shit may never happen for you, fam. I'm just being honest, just being real. For years, I've been killing the hip-hop world. But you got to know, bro, it take a little money to make a little money. I'm going to say that again. It take a little money to make a little money. Nobody want to know that you trying to get it. They just want to know when you got it. You know why? So they could leech. You know what I mean? Why a nigga ain't shit. You know what I mean? Just being honest, just being real, man. I can't go hang with my old friends. Why? For me to be slumming now, I done came way too far. I brought myself from the hood to the suburbs, nigga. That's big shit, you know what I mean? Me and my wife turned our family into a suburban household, fam. Suburban, you know what I mean? We're not in the hood, fam. Yeah, real shit. We're not in the hood anymore. Yeah, everything's changing, my nigga. Wall Street Magic, I see it before it happens. Look, like, share, subscribe, can't stay long, gotta go in this hole. Guerrilla podcasting means I podcast everywhere I go. The camera must go out, come out, and my face must show and glow. You know, I'm just being honest, just being real. Like, share, subscribe, hype my shit up. Nigga, peace. Yes, 6ix9ine shit was a sham. I forgot it. Look, bro, that's why I do that shit sometimes. I forgot what the fuck we was even talking about. 6ix9ine shit was a sham, bro. Don't believe that shit. Everything that nigga do, made for TV. Danny boy, whatever you want to call himself. Just learn how to work the internet. Yeah, that's all he did. Learn how to work the internet. You know what I mean? Look, for all you dudes out there that's going, oh, he looks this, he looks that. Look, my wife is pretty than a motherfucker, sexy than a bitch. You might know her. She's a celebrity chef. You know what I mean? I don't talk about looks with niggas. You know what I mean? I don't talk about looks with niggas, but I'm going to tell everybody out there and on the internet and off, when you got beef for a nigga like me, save it. Yeah, save it. Because guess what? Meeting me in person, I might make you eat your fucking teeth. I might make you bite the fucking curb. You know what I mean? It's just how I get down, bro. I've always had a propensity for violence. I'm just trying to change, man. I'm trying to change. But you meet people, when you go here, you go here. When you go outside, you meet people that just are triggers. Yeah, like triggers for me. You know what I mean? I try to get away from it. You know what I mean? Point blank, period. You can't ride with me. Yeah, this seat is gonna be empty. This seat is gonna be empty. Why the seat is gonna be empty? Cause nigga, you got to trust a motherfucker that's riding with you, and I don't trust no one but my wife and my daughters and my mother. You know what I mean? Point blank, period. You know what I mean? And I'll add a couple more people like my brothers and a few cousins, a few aunties, couple friends. You know what I mean? You know, got a couple friends that I could add over there, but guess what? Y'all ain't riding. Yeah, y'all ain't riding. You'd be better off riding behind me, nigga. Look, I'm just being honest. I'm just being real. Drop it in the comments, man. Like, share, subscribe, hype my shit up, man. It's a conversation about anything, man. That's what makes this shit art. It's a conversation about anything, fam. That's what makes this shit art. And I don't even know why I said that shit twice. Just felt like it. Can't stay long, got to go, Miss Ho. Peace.
If they throw it, I'ma catch it to play the game like Tetris. I'm one of a kind rap, people tell me I'm a clip. I've been working 24 hours, summertime to winter. I ain't really at the chill, it gotta be about business.
Going back to scores from the playground. Charleston white Uncle Charlie say he partied with Lil Boosie at Club 24 in Miami. Let's get into the content, fam. Drop it in the comments.
You recently bumped into Boosie too, right?
Yeah, Boosie and YF and Lucci, about 3 nights ago.
In the same
Yeah.
vicinity.
Shout out to Club 24 in Miami. That's the first venue in black space that somebody was put me and Boosie in.
What was that like? Because you just said
I knew them were gonna be looking. I already know all eyes were gonna be on me because I'm by myself and I'm in there throwing money like I'm a big dog. So I already knew they were coming. They told them I was there because at first they had our sections by each other. They were gonna be behind me. I was like, nigga, don't give a damn about them being behind me. I got some Miami to turn it up for me and they're around the corner. So they moved me section. So when them niggas came in, I went to showing out like I always do.
and you was by yourself.
By myself, solo dolo. Yeah, and they were looking like they were fascinated. Yeah.
Wait, you were in the club by yourself?
Huh?
You was in the club by yourself?
By myself. I let them see me walk out by myself and get in the Uber. You know how nigga watch it, homie. I didn't let them niggas see me walk out by myself in the Uber. I really
How many people was Boosie with?
You know I travel this country by myself. What the fuck? Yeah, nigga, it's 3, 4 in the morning in the club, and yeah. So Lucy had just left Lil. Yeah. Now I heard they was I'm trying to set the stage. Cause I just flew in. So now I was trying to, man, where them my Broadway, shout out to Broadway, Miami. Man, then we say Boosie and them, I'm coming to Club 24, that's my spot. I live in that by myself. So between Gas House, the Licking, and Club 24, they gonna tell you I'm in and out there be by myself in the middle of the night.
What was Boosie's how was he looking at you?
With them raccoon eyes. Yeah, looking at them raccoon eyes. Nigga, that's about it. So they gotta walk by me. So they could not see me. They had to walk by me. And then they went to playing this music. I was jamming like a motherfucker. Brother Thorne, yeah. I went to attacking our way playing. I went to jamming like a motherfucker. They playing that Boosie music. They were just standing there looking. Yeah, if I could read their mind, man. If I could read their mind, they probably say, man, look at that whole ass nigga. He think a nigga won't get him. And I think a nigga won't get me. I really think that. Yeah, I really think these niggas won't get me. Yeah, my mind, somehow, I done convinced myself I'm the first nigga to be untouchable to these niggas. Why? Because all of them say he gonna call the police. Just that simple. He gonna call the police. So, yeah, I know some don't give a damn about the police. I know some niggas whooped a woman with the police right there. Don't give a damn how I go in jail. So now
why not walk up?
Just looking. I stayed long enough to let them know. I can move around Miami by myself in Liberty City, Pork and Bean Projects, and all that. They can't do that.
Why not go up to him and
I don't ride no nigga dick. If we didn't have no problem, I wouldn't go up to him. I ain't fond of niggas. I don't go up to niggas. Niggas come up to me. I don't approach niggas nowhere. I'm all for hoes eyes in the bitch's ear. I'm in the nigga face for. I ain't the gangster gang. So I don't, my magnet gravity don't pull to niggas. I keep hoes around me. They had a bunch of niggas with them with a couple hoes. I had a bunch of hoes in my section with one big who manage and work at the club. Then another nigga showed up, a light-skinned showed up with 2 hoes. He left by himself with the 2 hoes.
So why would I go up to any homie and I'm out vibing with some hoes? I ain't the bros over hoes concept. I'm the Bonnie and Clyde, type of. So now, I just want to let these niggas know, homie, men only bad in their raps. I'm bad by myself. I ain't got no entourage. I ain't got no security. And I live in a different city. And I'm in other hoods. Talking how I talk, nigga. But, nigga, I'm bad by myself. And that's what nigga respect about me. Man, little nigga do be by himself. That what made 6ix9ine start fucking with me. He think I was talking like this with a security team. Yeah, when I showed up by myself, this little brain up. I ain't done nothing to nobody but hurt their feelings. Them niggas done things to people. I haven't. So that's why I can be so bold.
Yeah. What was your thoughts on 6ix9ine? I mean, his house getting robbed.
I think it was staged. Yeah,
Really?
I think it was bullshit. Anything we can see, I think is bullshit. And
I can't blame Boosie for not fucking with him. It was a setup. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real, bro. I like Charleston White. I don't like him. All in the same sentence, fam. He's the police, fam. He's guaranteed to put your ass under jail if you fuck with him. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Now, Boosie is still pleading for a presidential pardon. He don't need no more trouble. I think they pushed the sentencing to January, I believe. Drop it in the comments, man. But I don't really even think he's gonna get that much time anyway. We'll see. Like Charleston say, he either gonna tell or he gonna go to jail. You know what I mean? Everybody ain't gonna get out by the skin of their teeth. But yeah, bro. Bro party with Boosie at Club 24 in Miami. And ain't worried about nothing because he's wired. That's the last nigga you want to fuck with. In fact, bro, if you go to a club and Charleston White is in that club, you might want to turn your ass back and go the fuck home. That's the wrong place to be. Yeah, that's the wrong place to be. He, like he said, he's setting the stage, bro. That's what setting the stage means. Setting the stage means he's setting you up for the okie doke. He wants you to touch him. You know what I mean? Not only are you gonna go to jail, but he's gonna sue. Can't even steal on a nigga motherfucker to sue. Jay-Z said that. I don't know who said it before. Jay-Z, because Jay-Z is a biting motherfucker. But that's my favorite rapper, bro. I'm just be honest with you. Jay-Z is the GOAT. But it's the truth, man. Shout out Lil Boosie. I don't want to drag him. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't want to drag him. Because it ain't nothing to drag, bro. Bro, right for not touching Charleston. Charleston ain't did too much to Lil Boosie that warrants him to want to kill that man. You got to get out of your emotions, bro. Being too emotional will get your ass locked the fuck up. It's about being grown and understanding that your reactions have consequences, fam. If you ain't ready to go do the time, shut your mark ass up. You know, just being honest, just being real. Drop it in the comments. Shout out Uncle Charlie. Like I said, I love him. I hate him. Because that's Uncle Charlie. And everybody got an Uncle Charlie in their family, bro. If you really live in America. We're not talking about black, white, orange. It ain't no particular color. It's the characteristics. Drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the playground. Like, share, subscribe. Can't stay long. Got to go, Miss Ho. I'm Gorilla Podcast. It means everywhere I go, the camera is going to come out. Yeah, podcasting everywhere I go. Wall Street Magic, I see it before it happens. You'll get what I'm talking about next year. Just how it works, bro. It's like a good workout. You don't see the results while you're doing it. You got to give it some time, then you see the results. That's what this is, man. Yeah, like, share, subscribe. Hype my shit up, nigga. Peace.
If they throw it, I'ma catch it to play the game like Tetris. I'm one of a kind rap. People tell me I'm a clip. I've been working 24 hours, summertime to winter. I ain't really at the chill, it gotta be about business.
Welcome back to Scars from the Playground. Trap Lord Ross drags NBA YoungBoy Shay the Main admitted to 19 murders. Look, it's looking bad for YB. Let's get into the content, fam. Drop it in the comments.
In this length alone. I hope y'all stupid mother know that. It's either you gonna die, you either gonna be a bum,
Are you gonna be successful? Or are you gonna go to jail?
Years before the sold-out stadiums, the 40 billion streams, and the countless Reddit posts speculating on how many murders YoungBoy was responsible for, he was just a troubled southern kid from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. His real name is Kentrell Deshaun Goulden, and he was born in 1999 in Baton Rouge, where he grew up in the city's north side around 38th Street and Chippewa. Suffering a turbulent childhood, overshadowed by violence and tragedy, in part due to his father getting a 55-year sentence for armed robbery and attempted murder, and the death of his beloved grandmother who raised him, this all led to YoungBoy being sent to a group home where he would suffer severe abuse and bullying before he would eventually start a life of crime of his own during his teenage years, doing home invasions and robberies that would eventually land him in juvenile detention. It was during this time that YoungBoy finally found his purpose through writing rhymes, and upon his release, he began recording low-quality songs at home with his friend and roommate OG33 using a cheap microphone from Walmart. It didn't take him long to pick up a buzz in the Baton Rouge street rap scene, and he soon aligned himself with a local rap label and borderline gang known as Top Boy Gorilla, or TBG, led by rappers G-Money and Fredo Bang, and the first of many people that would be murdered, to on him with chilling lyrics claiming that the only way the beef would end was with G-Money getting shot, and even hinting that he'd put a bag on his head. Now before we go any further, I just want to make one thing clear. You can hate on YoungBoy all you want, and you can call me the feds, but this is a dangerous man who warns his enemies and tells them exactly what's going to happen to them. G-Money was warned what would happen in 2017 if he kept playing with YoungBoy, but he didn't take these warnings seriously, and he wound up being the first of many who unfortunately found out the hard way that nothing can get in the way of the NBA empire. The conflict...
Like my little partner, he used to be like my little brother. He stayed with me and everything. Everything was still all good until he started, you know what I'm saying, like doing his own thing, getting them a little buzz, getting a little money. He just got the big... He mad about his sister too, though. About his sister? Yeah, I had a long time ago.
She don't like me or something. I'm about leaving. What it is? I don't like you. I'm keep on it. I don't like you.
Talking about you don't like this and that. You ain't on for you to like, you hear me?
G-Money wanted all the smoke, and his next move would be a fatal escalation. On August the 27th, 2017,
you, when you hide or do this and do that and do that, you ain't sticking with it. So you, I ain't tripping on no this and no none of that, you hear me? You, your mama, your brother, your cousin, your auntie, your uncle, whoever, way throwback, you hear me? Made you script and you ain't do nothing about it. So how you think you can tell me something?
And unfortunately,
you know you ain't living like that, man. You get a deal and you done turn to a killer. When you start doing all that, man, you know you ain't cut like that, man. You know TBG been your muscle, boy. And the same you talking about usually don't live in jail, wherever they at, man. That's the same ran you out of Nouveau in the city, man. Yeah, you remember Will? Yeah, Will's out there. And you remember you ran out that store, man. You know what's happening with us, man. You hear me? Real. And I'm living out shit, you hear me? Everything you got with a deal, I got that with all the deal, man. You hear me? You know, 30 plus on my neck with no deal. Yeah, for real. Driving in $100,000 coupes and man. Yeah, with no deal, boy. You better stop playing and stay in your place, son.
People familiar with the city of Baton Rouge.
A lot of people saying this man is a cop. And he is. You know, let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Anybody that stockpiles this type of information to take a nigga down is definitely working with law enforcement, even if they're not aware of it. But it's no way you can't be aware of it, because you know the police watch this shit. Drop it in the comments, man. It's not looking good for YB. I'm just being honest. I'm just being real. But everything you ask for, you shall receive, sir. You know what I mean, bro? When has it ever been cool to admit to murders? You know what I mean, bro? You could tell by all the information and all the footage that YB ain't right in the mind. You know what I mean? On top of that, they had that man on dog food, fam, heroin. You know what I mean? Heroin. That man was high. He didn't know his asshole from his elbow. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. This is how they do in Baton Rouge. Nigga, BG was doing heroin at 10, nigga. You know what I mean? I'm just being honest, just being real with you. It ain't no game. But these people are going to find themselves in a world of trouble. And if you follow YB like that and you think it's cool to do those things, yeah, it's going to be under a motherfucking jail or hell. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. It's either hell or a jail cell. Look, YB was pardoned. I don't know how he was pardoned, because a lot of people say, oh, he did time for that. Bro, he didn't do no time. He was out of jail when he was pardoned for the other shit. You know what I mean? And you know what I think? Lesser charges. Look, The government works in mysterious ways, bro. Yeah, they got a power down there this high on NBA YoungBoy. You know what I mean? The whole NBA camp, fam. This ain't to be on no cop shit, bro. This is to be on some real shit. Nigga, look at Trevor, or oh, he's a snitch, a cop. That's exactly what he is. He's a hip-hop police. You know what I mean? He's part of that branch. You know what I mean? Him, Whack 100, Akademiks, Adam 22, and Vlad. You know what I mean? Come on. We know this. It's like we just try to forget for some reason, bro. You can't forget. This shit is bigger than entertainment, bro. This is to tear people down and get people arrested, bro. That's what they trying to do, man. I'm trying to open y'all eyes up to the bullshit, but y'all don't want to listen. Yeah, y'all don't want to listen, and YB don't want to line. You know, he don't want to line. That's why they let you out, and you doing the same old stupid shit. Now you just want to put your CD out and die. Bro, why you even say that shit, man? Hey, like, you just, oh, I'm so emotional. Yeah, maybe it's the 19 mutters that's tapping your goddamn ticker, fam. Drop it in the comments, man. This shit ain't cute, bro. And niggas see this like, oh, we did that? Man, come on, man. The last thing you want is your face connected and your name connected to anything. So that's why he be kissing Baby Joe on the lips, you know what I mean, on the cheeks and all that other, on the neck, all that other type of shit. He love Baby Joe. Baby Joe allegedly put in that wife for him. Come on, man. R.I.P.G. Money. You know, I ain't with none of that shit, bro. I ain't with none of that beef and shit on the internet, like YB said in his own words. That internet shit doesn't last long, bro. Drop it in the comments. That shit horrific. Yeah, I'm watching a documentary. I'm still currently watching a documentary right now, but you ain't even got to watch the whole thing to sum it up. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. The man got a fucked up situation going on behind the scenes, bro. Everything that glitters ain't gold. You did not want his life. You know what I mean? YB could have his own life because a nigga trying to survive way longer than that, bro. Look, if you live by the gun, you shall in return die by the gun. That's just how it goes, bro. Yeah, it's just how it goes. You can't just collect souls and think it's just gonna go your way forever. You know what I mean? Drop it in the comments, man. Shout out Trap Lord Ross. Why? It's an entertainment documentary. Everybody talking about the Diddy docuseries, bro. You need to watch the documentary. 19 Mothers of YoungBoy, NBA's top killers. You know what I mean? This nigga here ballsy for that, and he ain't even doing it from overseas. This man always in the United States, man. Just being honest, just being real. But why is he so comfortable? Police presence, heavy police presence behind him. They're watching him. Ain't nothing gonna happen to him before it happened to you. Drop it in the comments, man. Scores from the Playground. Like, share, subscribe. I promise to keep it real. Tell the truth, the whole truth, so help me God. That's all I do, fam. That's all I do. Niggas hate that, but get what? Let them keep hating. Get what? I ain't stopping because I'm popping. Guerrilla podcasting, I podcast everywhere I go. Can't stay long. Got to go, Miss Hope. Like, share, subscribe. Hype my shit up, nigga. Peace.
If they throw it, I'ma catch it to play the game like Tetris. I'm one of a kind rap. People tell me I'm equipped. I've been working 24 hours, summertime to winter. I ain't really at the chill, it gotta be about business.
Back to Scores from the Playground. Cat Williams speaks on depression. He say life is always worth the next adventure. Let's get into the content. Drop it in the comments. Scores from the Playground.
Like, depression is the worst disease because it makes you think things that are incorrect, you know? So I was reading so many books of so many people in so many different circumstances, and it always works out. It always gets better. Life is always worth the next adventure. And so that's how I was looking at things even that early.
How many brothers and sisters did you grow up with?
I'm the oldest. I have 2 younger brothers.
So did your parents have you sweeping chimneys and whatnot? I mean, what was it about your childhood that made you read those stories and say, you know what, I'm missing something, you know?
Well, I wasn't at the age where I thought I was missing anything. Now, granted, in retrospect, I was, but I was using all of my setbacks for my benefit. So for example, like I wasn't allowed to watch television or see movies or go over people's house or go to a dance or no extracurricular activities of any kind. But I devoted all of that time to reading. So I got 3 open books every day. I'm in the middle of these and I'm immersed and I feel like I'm really learning something from everyone's experience, and that is putting me ahead of the curve because of how much knowledge and information I'm getting on something that doesn't have anything to do with me. Like I'm reading about Winston Churchill, but the stories all go together. You know?
And this situation you were in, not being able to do a lot of stuff, that was because your parents were religious?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They were Jehovah's Witness.
Right. And high up in the organization.
Yeah.
But, you know, a lot of the things that I learned because of that situation. So I already knew that when I got in the position to be a parent, I understood love is the most important thing, and it's free. Like, you can do that.
That's right.
And I know all the other stuff seems to matter, but actually the imparting of love and creating an individual that knows how to receive it and give it.
He's right. Reading is fundamental. That's why when Joel Santana say kids shouldn't learn how to read, that's why the readers had a real problem with it. Look, bro, shout out to the fiction writers out there. Walter Mosley, I'm going to highlight him because he's one of the best. Drop it in the comments. One of the best black fiction writers in the world. Just being honest, just being real. Look, when you read these books and you really get into them, they could take you to another dimension. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real, bro. It'll make you feel like you're really there, which gives you a little break from the real world. Everybody should try it out. Just being honest, just being real, bro. What Cat Williams' parents did for him, took the TV away, all strict. I can only imagine what goes on in a Jehovah's Witnesses house. That's why the man acting out. You know what I mean? That's the same thing that happened to Charleston White. Now, his people wasn't really religious. It was just more that he had already screwed up his eye, so they wanted him to just stay out the way, stay out of trouble. You already put us through enough, little nigga, go sit your ass down, stand eyes. You know what I mean? Treated that boy like he was the ugly kid that couldn't be around the other ones, the crazy one. Drop it in the comments. Shout out Cat Williams because he turned out all right. Now, he went through a rough patch, bro. 15-year-old was headlocking him. He was always high on Lord knows what. But he seems to be all right now, bro. He seems to be all right. I mean, people still want to know what happened when that comedian was found dead right outside his eyes. But other than that, I mean, he's kind of squeaky clean. You know what I mean? Real shit. I don't think nobody talking about Cat Williams no more because after the Shannon Sharp, you be a fool to talk about him. Because you know you're going to drag the shit out of you and it's going to go viral. Look, shout out Cat Williams. He's right. Life is always worth the next adventure. You never know what's going to happen, bro. The unknown. You know what I mean? Yeah. Put your faith in the unknown because guess what? Anything can happen. You know what I mean? Real shit. You might wake up tomorrow. Maybe not tomorrow, but tomorrow, if you catch my drift, you might wake up tomorrow and win $1 million. You know what I mean? When right now you only need $1,700 to pay the rent. Bro, just keep going. Yeah, faith, whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean? Just have the faith, keep your shit intact. You'll be alright. You'll be alright. And read. Yeah, read. Real shit. Keep yourself out of it. Nothing really matters. Yeah, nothing even matters at all. And that's the famous words of Lauryn Hill, fam. Nothing even matters at all. And nothing really matters at all. Yeah, nothing really matters at all, bro. When you feel like this shit is eating you up. You gotta remember, bro, whatever situation you're going through, is always somebody way over there, going through something way worse. Yeah, way worse. Drop it in the comments, man. Scores from the Playground. Like, share, subscribe. Shout out Cat Williams for sharing his story, bro. Like, when you start talking about depression and shit, everybody want to laugh and play into the emo tendencies, but this shit is real, fam. This shit is real. I wouldn't wish depression on my worst enemy. Well, I can't say that, bro. I probably wish anything. And you know, people always say that. I wouldn't wish jail on my worst enemy. Nigga, I wish hell, jail, sickness, whatever you want to call it, on my worst fucking enemies. I don't really even got nothing. You know, I don't got enemies, bro. It's just not the kind of... Always be a cool nigga, bro. If you stay a cool nigga, you ain't got to worry about having no enemies. People will love you like they love me. I'm just being honest, just being real, fam. Drop it in the comments. Shout out Cat Williams. Like, share, subscribe. Hype my shit up, nigga. Peace.
If they throw it, I'ma catch it to play the game like Tetris. I'm one of a kind rap, people tell me I'm a clip. I've been working 24 hours, summertime to winter. I ain't really at the chill, it gotta be about business.
Welcome back to Scores from the Playground. Yungstar drags B King. Look, man, R.I.P. B King. I don't know what this nigga talking about, but let's get into the content, bruh. Drop it in the comments, man.
I haven't had nobody to, man, I gotta see it, man, cause,
Say that shit.
I gotta say it,
man.
Man, he's deceased, man, man, I bought B King.
Man, shout out to B King, man.
Shout out to B King.
God bless you, dead, bro.
And I said I might remix some, I don't know, but, man, I had sent him and when I say I got something for him, send it to him, I sent it to him, he say, man, that's too ratchet. I ain't gonna lie. I'm the rat, but I say, you say you the king, that's why I say you. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna lie, I say, he trying to lay me down easy. He can't say no. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let y'all hear, you know what I'm saying? Put it like this here. On everything I love, man, I've been saying it since he passed. And I say, man, if we would have done it, man, right now, it'd have been like crazy.
Yeah.
Like still, I'm not saying like his other stuff now, but it's more, it's like, oh, man, it's
and I don't think it ain't been no issues. He just really just crossed over the club like that. That'd have been like a new. You kicked a new door, you know what I'm saying? You can knock down a new
wet
door.
Wipes, you talking about them wet wipes? Yeah. Mama wet needs them wet wipes. Man, yeah, man. So I say, you know, I say, well, maybe he says it's too ratchet. Okay, all right, I ain't gonna. I know music, you know, and I'm hearing your catalog. You know what I'm saying? I ain't heard this yet, you know what I'm saying? This, like, I'm just saying, y'all, I love B King. Please, my people don't beat me or hit me, but I'm not saying, I'm just saying, this one's what's gonna make a difference. Like, damn. Yeah. For real? Why Young on that one?
Yeah.
Yes, Young put him on. What was Young thinking like that? You know? It was one of them ones, like,
it just would have broke ground.
Yeah, well, yeah, so I hate it, you know what I'm saying? Then, but, you know what I'm saying? He was like, man, it's too ratchet. He's like, man, I'm ratchet, man, but it's too ratchet, man. I'm saying, God. Whoa. What year did you say that song? About 9 months ago, about 4 months before he passed. Yeah, this is about 4. Yeah, this is about. Yeah, how long that was? About 4. Yeah, about. Yeah, a couple months before he passed. Yeah.
That would have been dope.
Yeah. To her too, man. You know, I just ain't been reaching out nothing, or nothing.
You gotta pay homage.
Yeah, right on. As y'all see, I went and supported the video. That's me and her riding around in a slingshot.
Yeah.
You know, I ain't nothing. And like I told her, if it do good, maybe we'll do a remix or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know what time it is. You know what I'm saying?
Because it damn so did good.
Yeah, it did great. Salute, man.
Yeah, shout to her.
So she married, baby. She got a baby and everything. Yeah, man, God is great, man. For real. Yeah, I know her mother. You
You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. So yeah, that's
So let's talk where you at, like, musically right now, 2025. You still working, still, I see you for sure still working with
man. I ain't gonna lie, it's beautiful, man. It's beautiful, man. Like it's been great, man. I feel like I feel like a new artist. 2025, I got so much going on, man, right now. I just dropped a single too, that Down South remix. You know, we just dropped that Down South remix. Me, Al Crocker,
Crocker and TSK, right?
TSK,
Yeah.
Man, it's doing good too, man. It's doing stupid numbers, man. Then we just me, Bumpy Johnson, Power Wall, and the Rawler remix.
Yungstar, it could be that you were gone off that Sherm, nigga. Yeah, that Strack, whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean? It could be you were gone off that shit, so you didn't even read the news. For about 4 or 5 years, bro. Let's just be up for about 3 to 5 years. You missed everything that was going on, not only in the city, but in hip hop, bro. Where were you? You really think that you were gonna make a song that was gonna make B King's career? Look, this was B King Kong, nigga. Club Godzilla. What you didn't know is the nigga already had shit on lock. Yeah, nigga already had shit on lock. You know what I mean? Maybe if he would have slowed down, he'd still been alive. That nigga was popping, my nigga. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. The nigga caught, it's too ratchet. Man, ratchet ain't good in Texas, my nigga. You shoulda knew that was something. That means shit dumb. You know what I mean? The nigga can't fuck with that. That shit, that fugazi. Nigga be on some freaky shit, letting the women get freaky, making the women get freaky. Nigga don't be on all that men, wet, white, she wet, she white, what? Man, get the fuck off that shit. Nigga, yeah, you must have still been on the Sean. And that nigga say, yo, I ain't took it since DJ Screw died. That's a goddamn lie, my nigga. That's a goddamn lie. You've been in Beaumont, Texas, gone off that motherfucking Sherm, your drug of choice, that water. Let's just be honest, man. You can't just keep the law going forever because you feel like you may be good at talking now. No, this is not how this works, bro. When you make yourself visible to the wolves, we come out. You know what I mean? Just being honest, just being real, bro. The nigga sound like he's still on something right now. Why? You can't get a straight answer out of him. Yeah, the nigga talking suckles. The nigga talking suckles. Yeah, that's my new way of saying that shit. The nigga talking suckles, fam. Something is wrong with him. Somebody get him. On top of that, he's talking about Club Godzilla, bro. You don't know a goddamn thing. If a nigga wanted to use you like that, nigga would have, bro. Let's just be honest. Let's just, Mona Leo used my beat. I didn't get nothing for that. Well, you should have, my nigga. First of all, you're nearly broke. You know what I mean? Let's just be honest. He could, I do this. I mean, you type in lip flip and nothing, not Yungstar, nothing new pops up. You know what I mean? On top of that, I didn't get nothing. I know her mom. Like, bro, that makes you a fool. You've been getting fucked in the game for years. Now you come out talking with this bullshit. We related by marriage, and nigga, you don't even know it. That's how I know about you. You know what I mean? Yeah, Mac was my cousin. Yeah, Mac is my cousin. McGarrett was my cousin. Passed away. Shot at a dice game. That shit give a lot away. Uncle was shot that day too. You know what I mean? Cousin went to jail that day over it. Not over it, but over something that happened pertaining to it. That should give a lot away, folks. I know a lot about you, fam. I know a lot about a lot of people, bro. That's why people think I should be making that shit up. Man, come on, fam. Come on. Stop it with the bullshit. Stop it. That shit is cap. All cap. If nigga told you that shit was ratchet, you really think it was gonna make his fucking career? Man, that nigga was popping. Drop it in the comments, man. Shout out the family of B King Kong. You know what I mean? Yeah. Drop it in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. Hype my shit up, nigga. Peace.
If they throw it, I'ma catch it to play the game like Tetris. I'm one of a kind rap. People tell me I'm a clip. I've been working 24 hours, summertime to winter. I ain't really at the chill, it gotta be about business.
Maino responds to DJ Akademiks. Let's get into the content, fam.
Fabulous being like 49 with the headband. Like, yo, why is the nigga wearing, yo, you know the headband is for sweat. Like, yo, Fab is on some, yo, the headband is for sweat, Fab. Fab, the headband is for you sweating. You're sitting down podcasting, my nigga. Like, come on, bro. Like, the headband looks wild. Like, this is unk activity. Like, this is, what? This is like you having the Allen Iverson sleeve on and you're just chilling. Like, nigga, that's for a reason.
Outfit, black on black, operate like I'm pushing packs. Don't check on me, I've been on K like.
Yo, we back with another episode, man. Let's rap about it. How y'all feeling today, man?
Feeling great. Yo, Akademiks, check this out. Akademiks.
What's up?
Akademiks, I know you're not talking. 100%. I know you're not talking. You got the audacity to be speaking on niggas and what niggas is wearing? You talking about what niggas is wearing? You talking about the proximity between what niggas is wearing and their age? Let me explain something to you. You're a journalist and this is your opinion, so let me give you my opinion on you. I feel like you...
Yo!
No, listen, 100%. Listen, I feel... Let me just say how I feel. I feel like you built like a wet bag of laundry. I feel like you're built... No, listen, I feel like you're built like a jar of relish. You understand? You see, here's the thing, like, no, this ain't no gangster talk, we ain't gonna do no gangster shit, but listen, what I'm saying, since you wanna speak about, you know, young niggas, old niggas, and when you do that, you indirectly causing division between young and old niggas. Ain't no difference between young and old niggas, it's only time. It's either you a lame or you not. It's either you with it or you not. It's either you understand or you don't. Period, point blank. You understand? And when you speak about fashion and when you speak about what niggas is wearing today, let me just give you some game though. Timbs, Air Force Ones, Pelés, Averexes, and all the things that you see people wear today, those things was here. Those are the things that was made hot in the 80s and the 90s and we made popular. So like, leave niggas out of that. Like you giving your opinion, and my opinion to you is I think you built like a fucking a woman with 4 kids. Like, what are we really talking about? No. Let me talk though, because this is the problem. Niggas been talking every day. We wake up, niggas is saying shit about us, and we ain't. Yeah. We take the high road every time, but we got to put things in perspective, right? You got a nigga that probably spent most of his early life afraid to really be and couldn't be in the in crowd, was insecure, couldn't take his pants off in front of women. You understand what I'm saying? So now 100%. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, ashamed, right? Because listen, so I know the hoes that these niggas be DMing and all, and I know what they say about these boys. They call that boy, you know what they call that boy? They call that boy chicken. Chicken for chicken nugget. Stop playing with me, nigga. Come on, micro nigga, I'm a big dick dictator. Stop playing with me. Everything I say, nigga, when I say go, nigga. Stop playing, nigga.
Holiday edition.
Stop playing. Yeah. You understand?
And with that being said,
yeah.
Happy Thanksgiving to everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, man. Happy Thanksgiving, man. Guess you had some things you want to get off your chest.
This nigga right, bro. You acting like a real bitch right now. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real, fam. But it's in your character. Yeah, nigga, know that's you. Yeah, that's you, fam. You a pussy boy. That's what we call DJ Akademiks. And this ain't the dragging, but come on, my nigga. The headband, everybody wears headbands, bro. It's like an ode to the past. You know, let's just be honest. Let's just be real, bro. It's a 90s style. Plus, Fabulous have always wore a headband. They ain't never just been for basketball. Even when the nigga mentioned the Allen Iverson sleeve, oh, you wearing that for that? Like, you must wasn't around, my nigga. You must have been locked inside of a motherfucking closet. Yeah, your parents kept your little ugly ass, fat bastard ass in the house, so you didn't see this. But even with the AI sleeve, nigga wasn't just wearing that for hooping. Niggas was wearing that shit. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real, bro. That's the problem with Akademiks. The way he be stretching and everything, like going at Megan Thee Stallion. Men don't do that, you know what I mean? Men shouldn't be jealous. That's a female's trait, bro. Why are you going back and forth with Megan Thee Stallion? You know what I mean, bro? It makes you look extremely fucking corny, bro. Find you some business. Yeah, find you something to talk about. But if it's gonna be about a nigga headband, you know what I mean? Come on, man. Make it make sense. Now, you could have even brought up the fact that rumor is, after Diddy invited Fabulous to party, hey, let's go party. Why we ain't never party, daddy? Look, after that podcast, allegedly, Fabulous took his ass over there and partied with the dealer. Yeah, partied like a motherfucker. Let's just be honest, let's just be real. That's the rumor. Now, inquiring minds want to know, is it true? Yeah, that's something you could have been asking the man, but talking about a nigga headband, bro, you putting a bullseye on things that shouldn't even be highlighted. Yeah, makes, I'm going to tell everybody like this. I don't know who Fabulous beefing with, but Akademiks has been compromised for quite some time. That nigga compromised, my nigga, so you can't take nothing. You got to take everything he say like a grain of salt. You know what I mean? Like a grain of salt. You know what I mean? Once it get too salty, you know it's all bullshit. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Drop it in the comments. Shout out Maino, because he's fucking right. Yeah. And I don't tell a nigga he's right often. Often these days people say dumb shit, so I gotta tell a nigga he's wrong. In this instance, he's totally fucking right, bro. That's some sucker shit, man. Yeah, that's some sucker shit. Nigga know you gonna podcast, but a headband, drop it in the comments, man. Scores from the playground. Like, share, subscribe, hype my shit up, nigga. Peace.
If they throw it, I'ma catch it to play the game like Tetris. I'm one of a kind rap, people tell me I'm a clip. I've been working 24 hours, summertime to winter. I ain't really at the chill, it gotta be about business.